Right.
All praise, all praise. All praise to the Most High and Yahweh Shah bless. We give honors to our elders and our King Yahweh Shah and to our Lord Yahweh. This is a good Sabbath today. I ain't gonna call it what the world call this day. They celebrating the day, but we're not with that. We're gonna celebrate the Most High. Today's class is we wrestle not against flesh and blood. And we'll be reading from the book of Ephesians, chapter 6. And everybody ready? We're going to go ahead and dive right into the class right quick. I'm not going to hesitate because I don't want to take all your time. Let's go to Ephesians 6 and 10.
This is the book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 10. Finally, my brothers, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might.
And that's what we got to rely on this. We can't win in a matchup, our gun against their gun. Their arrows against our arrows. Like the Jerubbaal always say, all they got to do is turn off our water and we already defeated. Look what happened in the winter when electricity went off. Everybody running around here looking for firewood, and that's all. It's the madness. They could turn that off right today, and we be in a loss. So it's not by strength we gonna win this battle. We're gonna have to go do this the way the Most High said He'll do it. And a lot of times, I'd rather Him fight anyway. That way I can't get wounded, because He said He'll fight your battle. But we want to jump out there and get stabbed all up. All at the hospital now, because you was bad. I'm hard. No, you ain't that hard. Let's go.
Put on the whole armor of God.
Put on the what?
Put on the whole armor of God.
Put on the what?
Put on the whole armor of God.
Any brother know what that whole armor is?
Law.
The law. Where can you find that at?
Legislate bread.
Psalm 119, 142.
Yeah, that's one of them.
That's the truth.
Yeah, it's the truth, but they gonna tell you that. Go ahead.
Put on the whole armor of God.
That means, hold on, that means putting on the commandment. That's what he was telling you. Put on the whole armor, means keeping these laws. That's the only way we can win this battle. That's the only way we can come out the curses. That's the only way we can get out of everything that's going on right now. We done tried everything. I mean, we have tried every God, everything this world got to offer. We done tried, and having nothing prevailed. Nothing that they gave us. None of that worked for us. The only thing we haven't tried is these law, statutes, commandments. Go ahead.
That ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil.
The what?
Against the wiles of the devil.
Give me Numbers 25 and 16. I think I got that right. Yeah.
The book of Numbers, chapter 25, verse 16. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Vex the Midianites and smite them.
He said, vex the Midianites and smite them. The Most High had already chose what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, who we need to go, because it says we need to choose our battles, right? But then the Most High choose our battles for us. He let us know. A lot of times we want to fight battles that ain't even ours. And then you would wonder why you lost in the battle. Because it wasn't your battle to fight. Listen to the ones the Most High tell you to fight. Those are the battles you're going to be able to win. When you try to battle on your own and fight battles that you got, that the Most High didn't give to you, you in a loss. You're going to lose it. But when Most High say, go smite them, I don't give a dang if it's only 2 of y'all and it's 100,000 of them. The Most High say go do it, that means you can win this battle. And that's the same thing he's telling Moses. Go smite the Midianites. Even though we ain't together, we ain't got our whole our nation together yet. But he told him where to go. Go ahead.
For they vex you with their wiles.
With their what?
With their wiles.
With their what?
With their wiles.
He said that we had just learned about the wiles. Go ahead.
Wherewith they have beguiled you in the matter of PR.
In the what?
In the matter of PR.
These are the wiles that the Bible is talking about. Going into other gods. Following along everything in this world. The Peor is Baal Peor. That was the god of the devil of the other nation. And he said they're going to wow you with that. So they have wowed us with that. What have they wowed us that at? What? Anybody can tell me? Just give me one. What other gods do we worship now? Allah, Christianity, Caesar Borgia. Some of us done got into Hindu, Buddhist, and all these other things. And now we got black people going into Satanism, satanic churches.
Even with these holidays, so-called holidays, our people worship these things.
All that.
A lot of times our people think that June 19th freed us, but then when we read in the scriptures, it tells us that we're still enslaved.
We're still in captivity.
You know, so that puts a wile or a trickery up on our people to make them think that guess what, we free. But it's not, according to the scriptures.
Oh, praise. Go ahead.
And in the matter of Cosby, the daughter of a prince in Media, their sister, which was slain in the day of the plague of Peor's sake.
And you got to read up and you read about what they just talked about. But my point is, these are part of the wiles that they come with. They come with debt, lying, curses, coming up on us. These are the wiles that other nations have given us. And we done fell right into their hand. Let's go back to Ephesians.
The book of Ephesians chapter 6 verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
Because we will do what?
But we wrestle not against flesh and blood.
We wrestle not against flesh and blood. See, because a lot of times, and everybody thinking, see, a lot of times we hear that, and the first thing we thinking, see, we ain't wrestling against people. We wrestle against something we can't see. That's a lie. That's not what they're saying. Better yet, let's go to Psalm 78. Because everything that's evil work, it's a spirit behind that. It's a spirit behind the Edomites. Everybody put your bookmark on Ephesians, because we're going to go back to it.
You say 7 and 8 or 78?
78 and 35. Go ahead.
The book of Psalms chapter 78 and verse 35. And they remembered that God was their rock.
Who was their rock?
God was their rock.
Uh-huh.
And the high God, their redeemer.
That's what we know. This is the only way we're going to get past these wiles. And this is the only way we're going to get past the things that's coming, that we wrestling against. Is we got to believe and trust in the Most High. Ain't no other way, y'all. Ain't no other way. Ain't no if and buts about it. Quit thinking what you think and go by what the Most High say. And that's it, man. Go ahead.
Nevertheless, they did flatten him with their mouth.
Flatter him.
Nevertheless, they did flatter him with their mouth. And they lied unto him with their tongue.
They flattered him with their mouth. Oh, God, we love you, God. Oh, God, we praise you, God. A lot of us do the same thing. But to be lying, because you ain't walking after the Most High. Get around here, hey, God, we know we love God. Say, no. And then don't walk after what the Most High say. They're not doing it. So he like, yeah, y'all flatter me with that. That's like, if you ever had somebody come up, oh, you just so good. Oh, you good at this. I love to tend to stay away from that. Don't flatter me. Because a lot of times when people flatter you, they want something. Or they trying to get something.
Yep.
So they talk good to you.
Deception behind it.
Sound good. But then at the same time, they got a lying tongue. And the same ones talking about you too. Talking to you good. Talking to their friend over here, talking bad about you. Don't take people flattering. Alright, you good. I mean, you the greatest. Nah, just, alright, you know, you say you good, going on. Going on. Don't get that glory. Don't get God's glory. Don't take it. They give it to you, hey, thank you. Going on about your business. Don't get to bragging. Yeah, you know, I am good. You know what I'm saying? I am cold with it. Yeah. Now that I think about it, yeah, don't nobody do how I do it. Yeah, they do. Most High outdo you every day. Go ahead.
For their heart was not right with him.
What?
For their heart was not right with him.
Uh-huh.
Neither were they steadfast in his commandments.
In his covenant.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you missed that one. Read that again.
My bad. Neither were they
No, read it
steadfast
from the
in
beginning.
his covenant.
Read it from the beginning.
For their heart was not right with him.
Uh-huh.
Neither were they steadfast in his covenant.
And a lot of times that's what they come to you. They ain't steadfast in this covenant. They ain't keeping these laws, but they love it. They trying to make you, they brag on you so you'll think highly of them. But they ain't keeping this covenant. Go ahead.
But he, being full of compassion, forgave their iniquity
Uh-huh.
and destroyed them not.
Uh-huh.
Yea, many a time turned he his anger away
Uh-huh.
and did not stir up all his wrath.
And that's what the Most High has for the nation of Israel. He'll give us compassion. He forgave us when we repent and come back to his law, statutes, commandment. He'll forgive you for all your sin. I don't care what, he gonna forgive you for it. But we gotta repent and keep his law, statutes, commandment. Go ahead.
For he remembered that they were but flesh, a wind that passeth away.
They were but what?
A wind that passeth
No.
away.
He remembered
But
that.
for he remembered that they were but flesh.
That's because that's all we are, flesh. Only thing that wills this flesh to move this flesh is the spirit that's in you. That's why he said his spirit. If you dwell within him, he put his spirit in you. That's why we're supposed to be walking with his spirit in us. That's why he's telling you that we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. Because we all got flesh and blood. We got the same flesh and blood as the goddamn Edomites. So just as wicked as they are, we can be wicked too. It's the spirit that's behind that flesh and blood. What spirit you got in you? Because like I said, the Most High, he makes them all. He makes good spirit and he makes some bad ones too. He makes some weird, some evil ones. Sometimes when you arguing amongst each other and y'all not bringing out this truth, yeah, that's a spirit that's in there. Better yet, let's go to 49. Drop down to 49.
Verse 49. He cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble, by sending evil angels sending evil angels.
By doing what?
By sending evil angels.
Who sent these angels?
The Most High God.
Exactly. He sent these angels. He got evil angels. He putting that spirit in different places. Sometimes to see what your response is going to be. Are you going to follow that spirit, or are you going to stay with the spirit that the Most High gave you and told you to be with and told you to stay in, keeping his law, statutes, and commandments? Because y'all don't think it. I know a lot of us in here, I'm an Israelite. Man, you can fall off tomorrow. 5 minutes, you can be out this truth. We take everything for granted. That little time, this 1 minute that's finna pass by, Lord willing, in just in 60 seconds. You could be out this truth, or out of this, your candle blown out. So everything we doing, we got to stick to the Most High. Otherwise, we are off. Period, man. We are off. And a lot of times we like to just go back, and I always go back to that old person sometimes. Quit it. That person was raggedy, no good. What you want him for? You say you're in the truth now. Stay in the truth.
A lot of time, a person won't that old person because that old person had a wicked streak or something is in them. You don't know how I used to be, yeah, because you need that old person to come back and do some bull crap. We got to let that old person go, like I was saying, man. Because it never prospers nothing, man. When we think about it on the hindsight, then once the old person came back and fulfilled what they needed to do, then you look back, now you want to repent because the old person done did some stuff.
Done resurfaced, done regurgitated.
Let me get a couple.
Yeah, go ahead.
Right quick. Give me Galatians chapter 5, verse 16. No, I touched on it last night. And we always got to constantly touch on this scripture because that's what this walk is all about, like Ak is going into. Staying in the spirit. Not being carnal, not being fleshly. Because soon as adversity comes our way, our mind automatically programs us to think on a carnal level and not deal with the situation spiritual. That's what the scriptures is for. That's what, guess what, we got to constantly be comforted by the scriptures, because when problems come your way, what should you be doing? Thinking about a scripture to get you up out of that situation. Constantly, because it's a scripture for everything. Read that right quick, Brother King.
The book of Galatians chapter 5 verse 16. This I say then, walk in the spirit.
Do what?
Walk in the spirit.
That's an action word, meaning guess what? Apply what you are reading. Actually put this thing on like a whole armor, like how Ak is going into. Armor protects you from danger. God's laws, the spirit that God has given us, protects us from spiritual danger, from philosophies, from wicked holidays and so forth. Read on up.
And ye shall not fulfill the lust of the flesh.
So guess what? Even a prime example, dealing with brothers and sisters on a daily basis. We know problems and offenses gonna come, but how you gonna deal with it, sis? How you gonna deal with it, brother? Even situations in marriages, are you gonna lean on your own understanding, or are you gonna pull up scripture and get some understanding out of that? Read on up.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit.
So your flesh lusts against your spirit, meaning your flesh gonna want you to keep bitterness between brothers and sisters. It's gonna want that. Now, don't go and apologize. No, don't be the bigger person, nigga. Be hateful. Hate that brother, hate that sister. It's gonna constantly want you to do that, but the spirit is telling you what? Leviticus 19 verse 17. You got to love your brothers, you love yourself. We got to forgive each other, man. Read on.
For the flesh lusteth against the spirit, and the spirit against the flesh.
And these things are you at a constant battle with your flesh and your spirit, man. But as you stay long in this truth, doing the things that brothers is bringing out, applying the scriptures to your life, you start to see your spirit win over your flesh. You got to see that thing, man. Read on.
And these are contrary, the one to the other.
And they contrary one to another. So it's always going to be that battle. But guess what? You want to make sure that your spirit is winning more than your flesh, man. Go ahead.
I'm glad you brought that out, because I'm letting it, and also showing when it's telling you we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So, and then that first thing, so you thinking, oh, I ain't wrestling against this. No, you are wrestling against that person, but it's the spirit in that person. Because we all flesh, and this flesh we all know ain't no good at all. So we living and walking in the flesh, we ain't no good. So we ain't wrestling against the flesh and blood, we wrestle against the spirit that's behind the flesh and blood. Y'all get that?
I'm going to tell you, everybody got a spirit.
Yes.
You have to know what type of spirit you in, man. Brothers, sisters know type of spirit. Hey, I got that attitude spirit. I got that spirit to where I don't want to play well with others. Some brothers, some sisters got a great spirits, friendly spirits, willing to help brothers type spirits. You have to know the type of spirit that you dealing in, and know what scriptures to go to be able to combat that wicked spirit that you have in you also. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what he said. Check. That's why a lot of times the brothers say, check your spirit.
That's right.
Check your spirit. Check to see what spirit you in. Check and see what spirit you got to get out of too.
That's right.
Check and see what spirit you need to be in. Get in. And that's where we got to go. Let's go back to Ephesians. We're going to read this quite a few times.
We're in 12.
You start over.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against the flesh and blood, but against principalities.
Against what?
But against principalities.
Let's get that principality. Let's go to Matthew 20 and 25. And somebody get their phone out right quick and give me the definition of principality. This is the second one.
The book of Matthew, chapter 20, verse 25. But Yahweh shall call them unto him and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion.
Start over. I want you to read that clear.
But Yahweh shall call them unto him and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and that they are great exercise authorities upon them.
And read that definition. You got that? Read that second. And hold that what you got right there.
This is
that second.
Yeah. This is the definition of principality. It's a state ruled by a prince. The second one, in traditional Christian and the angelology, the fifth highest order of the ninefold celestial hierarchy.
Yeah, they done went to somewhere else. That's some old demonic that they done went to. But that's just letting you know how Christianity got their own doctrine going on, their own little thing going on. But the fact of the matter, he said the prince of the Gentiles, read that again, 25.
Verse 25. But Yahweh shall call them unto him and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and that they are great exercise authorities upon them.
Read that again.
This is out of the Merriam-Webster Dictionary. Principality, the state, office or authority of a prince, the position or responsibility of a prince, the territory of a prince, of a prince, the country that give title to a prince.
Read that again.
But Yahweh shall call them unto him and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are exercise authority
are great exercise,
and they that are great exercise authority upon them.
Who is the greatest in this country? Who are the people over us? Who?
Esau.
Exactly. That's what principalities he's talking about. Those are the princes. They got the princes. They running. They reign supreme in this country, in the world. They reign supreme in this world. See, because a lot of times we get caught up. A lot of times we be talking to Christians. They let us bring that up, and they try to make it seem like it's this thing that we can't see that we dealing with. But we done seen that the flesh is talking about the spirit in the flesh. And the principality is talking about who have the dominion over us right now. The princes of the Gentiles got dominion over us. Esau and his kingdom has dominion over us.
Who had dominion over Christ during that time? Rome.
Exactly. Those same principalities that's run right now, because all the Latin languages come from that. I mean, from the Roman thing. All of the EU languages come from that same Latin, that same Roman captivity, that same nation of people. But see, they try to make us believe it's all these different. No, it's 12 tribes of Israel, and the way it's looking now, none of us act like each other, but we still all brothers. But one thing about that Esau, he gonna say, "Oh, we got all." Well, I'm German. First of all, if you notice everything that they saying, when they call out, that ain't none of them. They never call their nation out. When they say, "I'm Polish," now you Esau who invaded and took Poland. Well, I'm Roman. No, you Esau who invaded and stole Rome. I'm French. No, you Esau who invaded and stole France. Because that's all they did. Hiding themselves. Wherever they go, they hide themselves. Shoot, it don't matter what it was. Man, they could be like, shoot, I'm in Oak Cliff. They be, right now, we Oak Cliff you. They'll come right out of Oak Cliff say, claiming that. Oh, we Oak Cliff you. And when soon as, believe me, the white man used to be in Oak Cliff. And blacks moved and they got out. Now they finna try to regentrify and bring them back in. That's the same thing they do. They gonna take back over. That's what they do. They get dominion. Y'all think you got everything you own. I don't give a dang if you own your house, you on a lease. I paid off my mortgage. It ain't yours. Still ain't got no mineral rights. They can go right up under you, put a pipeline right up under your house, dig and get all the gold up under your house, which you can't have. It ain't yours, just lease. Because they know we moving them around. They'll move you around. Like the neighborhood I'm from, I was looking at the history of my neighborhood. And first of all, they didn't give us land. So they gave us property that we can rent over by the lake. Black people do what we do, made a great neighborhood. Now they want it back. They want a golf course on it. So they move all the blacks out. Oh, y'all can buy land out there that was just in the middle of the woods. Y'all can buy land over there. There's the only place in the Dallas-Fort Worth area black people can even buy land, period. So then out here, you got all the Negroes go out there. As soon as we done set up a neighborhood there, we want to build a golf course here. They put a golf course on the other one. So only about 15 people can play golf and take down the whole community to play golf. Same thing they trying to do to the other neighborhood. The same parts of Redbird, y'all don't know that. That was a neighborhood where that golf course is. They moved black people out of them homes. Because in the neighborhood back in the early 60s, those were only places where the black people was living in Oak Cliff. Around that little area. White people was around there. What they do? They try to move them out. They moved into South Dallas and put a golf course in that spot. Then the black people was able to afford in the real houses. Then when they moved there, then they moved all the way out. But we trying our best to struggle, fight, stand up and march to move with them. When they don't want to be around us at all. We chasing our enemy. Hey! And they know they like, no, that's our enemy. We love them. We trying to we want to be one of them so bad. So bad that I'm finna go blonde my hair. Bleach my skin.
We'll get a precept right.
Go ahead,
Let's go to Genesis chapter 28, verse 28. And just like I was going into, that's what we want to follow Esau, but like you say, Esau go into different lands, then he take these lands, then all of a sudden, like you said, I'm Polish, I'm Irish. They put the ish at the end, I'm Irish, I'm British. They go into all these lands and they take these lands. Read it out, 28 and 8.
The book of Genesis, chapter 28, verse 8. And Esau, seeing that the daughters of Canaan pleased not Isaac, his father.
So now this is the part after Esau and Jacob got their blessings from their father. He told them who they should deal with and who not to deal with. But guess what? Canaan said, that's the same spirit. But Esau said that he's gonna do what he want to do. He see that it displeased his father, so he did it anyway. Read.
Then went Esau unto Ishmael, and took unto the wives which he had in Mahalat, the daughter of Ishmael, Abraham's son, the sisters of Neighborhood, to be his wife.
So now, this is Esau going in and taking the daughters of Ishmael. After his father clearly told him don't do it. But the point that we're making in this whole situation, Esau, whenever he goes to these lands, he go take these wives. Yeah, he go up into the Philippines, he go take him wives over there. He go up into China, he go take his wives over there.
And try to clear out that he gonna try to clear out that race by putting his seed everywhere. That's what Ptolemy did. Ptolemy's children, and you can go in every country. That man probably got more children than everybody that you ever known. But they talk about the black man leaving babies everywhere. Shit, ain't nobody left them like Ptolemy did. Ptolemy left them in countries everywhere. Brazil, all over Africa, Poland, all over the European area. That's what he do. He infiltrated. You gotta understand, when a fugitive is trying to hide himself, he gonna hide himself. He's gonna disguise himself. He's gonna do whatever he can to me. That's why I do everybody in the Bible, but we ain't gonna bring up Esau.
Everybody but
I mean, the main villain in the Bible, y'all ain't gonna bring that up. See, if the white man, if the white man wasn't Esau, man, the movie theaters be full of Esau movies, man. If the Arabs really was Esau, like some people say, man, you would have already seen over 30 movies.
guaranteed.
Especially when 9/11 went down. They would have had all kind of Esau movies. We wouldn't have heard no other parts of the Bible. Because they'd have been trying to get, man, I've got to get it off me. They know darn well they put that movie out saying Esau to what's name. Esau gonna stand up and be like, no, our daddy Ishmael. I don't know what you're talking about. And then everybody been pointed the finger. Well, they all red. But we can't see it now. Because he's trying his best to hide himself. Y'all gotta understand, we dealing with a cunning spirit, man. A manipulative spirit, a lying spirit. That's always lie about everything. Yeah, they'll tell you the truth. Because a lot of times you gotta put some truth in with the lie in order to get the person to believe the lie. So everybody like, everything they did is a lie. No, not everything. They're gonna bring out some truth. Just like when the devil came to Yahushua. He didn't tell him a lie. He told him what the Bible said. But he manipulated what he was trying to get him to do, to manipulate the Bible. You know what? That's what he does with the Bible. Serve your master. Then we read it. Oh, we're supposed to be serving Yahushua. Dang, we've been serving this damn white man for 400 years. God dang, if I could only read 400 years ago. I would have known who we were supposed to be serving. Let's go back. No, we don't even got to go there. You finished 25?
Uh-huh. You want me to reread it?
Yeah, reread it for me.
Okay. The book of Matthew, chapter 20, verse 25. But Yahushua called them unto him and said, Ye know that the princes of the Gentiles exercise dominion over them, and they that are great exercise authority upon them.
All right, let's go to Luke, chapter 18. But did everybody get that part? The princes, the principality that we dealing with. I know a lot of times y'all heard this scripture, but I just want to break it down a little more for you. Because I don't want you thinking that y'all just wrestle with something that you can't see. You can see it all right. You just can't see that spirit behind it. Well, y'all should be able to, because y'all keep the law, statutes, commandments. And the Most High, through this Bible and through His Spirit, has showed us exactly what we're dealing with. Chapter 18, verse 31.
The book of Luke, chapter 18, verse 31. Then he took unto him the 12, and said unto them, Behold, we go up to Jerusalem, and all things that are written by the prophets concerning the Son of Man shall be accomplished. For he shall be delivered unto the Gentiles.
He shall be delivered what?
Unto the Gentiles.
Let me show y'all something. If you look at the life of Yahushua, and you look at the life of the Israelites, the same thing happened to him. He was delivered unto the Gentiles. What happened to the Israelites? Delivered unto the Gentiles. He is real. We is real. Same thing happened to him. Same thing happened to us. Go ahead.
For he shall be delivered unto the Gentiles, and shall be mocked.
And what?
And shall be mocked. And spitefully entreated. and spit it on.
Now look, ain't we mocked? Ain't we mocked as a nation of people? No matter how clean you think you are, when they look at you, they look at your nation of people, and they mock you. Look at this Negro pants all the way down his knee. I'm gonna got that old raggedy car with 36-inch rims on it. Ain't no house. Got a Bentley, living in an apartment. We mocked.
And I'm gonna tell you one of the biggest mock things that they do in our nation. They have Fashion Week over here in overseas, and wherever the LGBTQ MF people, wherever they wear, is what our people wear, man. That's why our children wear. They dress the same. Look at the fashion runway. Look at all their designs and how they dress. Then look at our children. Look at the rappers. Look at the entertainers. Look at the actors. Look at the professional basketball players, NBA, NFL. All look at them professional players. Look how they dress, and look how the ML people dress. They dress the same exact way. Whatever kind of design they come out with, and whatever how they wear their clothes, is how our people wear their clothes, man.
Yeah, you know they do that. The fashions when people don't even realize when the new fashion we be getting. See, a lot of times we be thinking we came up with some fashions. 4 or 5 years before we even wear these clothes, they already designed what you're gonna be wearing. Skinny pants, they was already coming up with that.
Real.
They was already designed that. They'd already started in Europe, and it all comes out of Europe. That's why a lot of the fashions come from Europe. When you look at those magazines, when you see everybody dressed what they dress, that's a European style. They planned this stuff way before time. 5 years, 10 years before we even get it. And we thinking, yeah, we clean. No, you look stupid.
Prime example, because if we have these laws, statutes, and commandments,
We be in.
I mean, the sisters would be up in here wearing them spandex tights.
Yeah.
Probably have boys say tights every damn where. You know, you see a sister big in size, no damn well she ain't got no business wearing no tights. But that's the type of spirit that is out there. Hey, sister, you look good in those things. Wear 'em. You know, get the attention that you want.
That's how
But
you
you're
get a
not
man.
gonna attract
That's what
a
they
good
saying.
brother. That's the
what
whole
they-
point.
He's thinking, that's how you get a man. Now that's how you get a nigga. And that's why I be telling downtown, that's what you're getting. You're advertising for niggas. So don't be surprised when you get a nigga. Yeah, that's what you just went out to look for. No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. Look what you got on there. That's what they, yeah.
But then you turn around and say, oh, he ain't no good, but he wasn't no good when you laid down with him. You knew he wasn't no good. You see all the ways that he wasn't no good, but then, guess what? You liked something about him. Whatever he had, hey, if he certain things, you like something about him, then you lay down with him, and here you go. Now you just can't let it go.
Hey, clothes are spiritual, man.
Yeah.
They are spiritual, man. Whether brothers and sisters believe that thing or not, man. You got on a whore's attire, that's a whore's spirit that's on you. Even brothers with these tight pants, we see the feminine spirit that it causes and puts on brothers, man, when they wearing such clothes, man.
And not only that, even the ones that build up their flesh so much now. Like my wife was showing me the other day. She had said it. I didn't even look at the TV. Then I'm looking at the TV one day and said, "That's what she talking about." They don't even the men now, the homosexuals. They ain't got them little feminine on TV no more. These Negroes look like they just ate a couple of weights. That one we just seen is a white man and a black man. Look like they both just came off the World Wrestling TV in a hot tub hugging each other.
That's how they look. Tell when we was in Atlanta.
Yeah, no, but they got them now. They like I said, they beefing up their flesh. When you feeding that flesh, yeah, oh boy, that's.
Boy come walking down the street, he about 6'7", 6'8". Boy, he got so many muscles, man. He got muscles at the bottom of his feet, man. He has so many muscles on him, man.
Like what's his name?
Switch.
Your boy. They build up this flesh. They Damon. Ted Cruz on the thing. Got a whole thing, whole chest popping up. Not for you women. You look at that jaw.
Tupac, ain't it?
That nigga hug you, he hugging you. Man, I love you, he. But he telling you, I'm gonna love you tonight. I'm loving you. So shoot, like I said, man. But at the same time, man, let's go.
You want to finish 33?
Yeah, go ahead, finish it out.
Verse 33. And they shall scourge him and put him to death.
Hold on, I want to. You spitefully entreated. You got to get that next one and spitting on.
Oh, my bad. I'm gonna start from the top.
Yeah, go ahead.
For he shall be delivered unto the Gentiles.
Just like we are.
And shall be mocked.
And just like we are.
And spitefully entreated.
And they spitefully entreat us. That's why we always, no justice, no peace. But they ain't giving you no justice.
And no peace.
I mean, boy, if what's so bad about it, you got to be on camera. They literally got to say, I'm murdering him for this man to go to jail. They unjust laws. Y'all can fight all day. The Most High said, this is what's going to happen no matter what. Y'all can march all day long. Feet tied. Head hurting. Back got a twitch in it. You can do all that. You is not going to get it. Not in this place, man. This is not our place of rest, man. This is not our home. I hate America, man. I don't know if y'all do. I don't like this place. Every time I get up, I don't give a dang about that job. Only reason I'm doing that because that's how we gotta eat. I'm tired of going. I'm tired of even giving the white man my money, period. If it wasn't for the Most High, I'd just start stealing everything. Man, forget you, man. I'll just walk out the store. Damn you, white. I don't care. You my enemy.
Do something about it.
That. Fight, go with it. So I'm tired of America, man, in all its ways. I don't even see how we can get comfortable in this place, man. Period. The only thing that's real good is when we have feast days up here. The rest of it out there is bull crap. Go ahead.
And spitefully entreated and spitted on.
And what?
And spitted
we
on.
get spit on every day. When the laws is unjust and every time we be thinking we finna do it, that's like even the time when we had rally. We was all on OJ's side. OJ didn't do it. I watched the whole case, OJ didn't do it. But then what they do next? Oh, we'll put him in civil court. He just been found not guilty. They ain't found guilty. And all black people scratching their head. How that work? You can't even do the math on that one. But they can. They came up with this new math. 2 plus 2 do equal 8. And you be like, no, it don't. Yeah, you better believe it. And we be like, okay. Okay, it do. It's like brother telling me, I ain't gonna get, you don't need to be doing nothing wrong to get busted. They done try to, that's why they make it a joke. For everybody saying, I'm innocent. They make it a joke. Because them white folks know a lot of these brothers in here are innocent. Now we know we can go in, the majority of us blacks can go through that prison and go, that one guilty. That one guilty. Nah, he ain't do nothing. He ain't do nothing. But to them, it don't matter, they black, they all guilty. And that's how they look at us. They spitting on us. Every time we turn around, they spitting on us. Go ahead.
Verse 33. And they shall scourge him.
Scourge him. What do they do? They should what?
And they shall scourge him.
They should scourge him.
And put him to death.
And put him to death. Is that not what's happening to Israel today? They gave us a holiday. I mean, a hollow month. 28 days of black history, which we learned nothing but the same black history. Harriet Tubman. And what's the lady was at the front of the bus? And Martin Luther King. That's all the history I got. Now, they came up with this alphabet crew. The LGBT on all other levels.
MF.
Yeah, MFAHs. They done came up with them. And now I noticed if the Black Lives Matter, how come when they in our month, I was looking at all TV shows, and I don't know if y'all paid attention. On the bottom of the TV, all of them got a rainbow on all of them. It got to the point I didn't even want to watch. I was like, dang it, I don't even want to watch that. It's got that. I changed to another channel. I can't watch that. I was like, man, I just can't wait till this month over with. It's longer than hours. And they doing more stuff. They use us to bring out this LGBT stuff.
Guess what? They even lit the building downtown with the rainbow.
Yeah.
Y'all seen that?
All that.
Yeah.
They done this. Look, they use even back with Martin Luther King. Did y'all know? I don't know if y'all know the history. One of the dudes that was starting out the marches and stuff with Martin Luther King was a gay dude. Well, in order he set up a lot of the things that was going on with him. Martin Luther King them had to sneak him out because they was going to attack this. They didn't want no flaws and be able to attack him, so they had to sneak the gay dude out in order to continue with their movement. And the dude literally said, I'm all right with it. That's cool. I'll go ahead and leave. But I just use this and continue the battle later on. See, that was a gay dude in there to set up, and how you think he got there? I wonder. This whole civil rights movement was set up so down. When you get rights, they use we need rights too. We're in the same boat. Be like, nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. I can't turn my black off. You can turn yours off. See, I don't even know you're gay. Some of them, you don't know they're gay until they tell you.
So they start talking, they'll start
but you know I'm a black man. You'll know that no matter what. Even if I bleach my skin, I'm gonna have to stick a pin in my lips and add the lips out. I'm gonna have to do something with the nose. Cause I can't turn this off.
Be like Esau, cut the face off, huh?
Yep. And even on top of that, even if they did, if I bleached myself and did all that, my voice is not gonna sound. I can be West Side. I try to sound white, but shoot, mine ain't gonna make it. Y'all be like, that's a nigga. I don't care what y'all talking about. That is not a white. Y'all gonna be like, that ain't a white dude. Well, he must have grew up in the hood. Let's go ahead. Well, we finished that?
Verse 33.
Yeah.
And they shall scourge him and put him to death.
And do what?
And put him to death.
And do what?
And put him to death.
Just like they doing us right now, man. Yahweh Shah, that's why he said the world ain't hate you. If they hate you, they hated me. It was me that they hated first. Because I told y'all to do the commandments. They mad at you because you trying to get out and say, hey, you need to keep commandments. You got family members right now to this day don't even like each other. The people in this room got somebody hating on them right now. In your own family. Am I right? Somebody don't like what you're doing. They hate you. No, I can't stand that nigga. Nigga, I always talk about the Bible. Then he got the bangs on his shirt.
You can tell. Y'all used to talk on the phone all the time. Now I'm gonna say y'all ain't even talking no more. Yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, and man, let's go.
In the third day, he shall rise again.
He shall what?
He shall rise again.
And just like Yahweh Shah rose, the nation of Israel gonna rise again. But you better be keeping these commandments, because I don't care. Y'all can say Kwam Yasharala all you want. If you're not keeping these commandments, you ain't rising. But the nation of Israel gonna rise. The train is gonna go. Now everybody ain't gonna be on that train, but it's gonna go. The nation of Israel is everything that this Bible say gonna happen to the nation is gonna happen. The only way you're gonna rise is keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. You can squirt it out your mouth all goddamn day. Kwame Yasharala. Y'all love saying that with everybody. And I'll be looking around like, damn, man, everybody ain't gonna make it though. Everybody ain't gonna make it. Some of them out there, Kwame Yasharala ain't keeping no commandments. Let's go to Acts 14.
Book of Acts, chapter 14, verse 3.
Hold on, let everybody get there, because I was going to say it. You was
I
already.
was just calling it out.
Okay,
so
all praise. I got you. I got you.
The book of Acts, chapter 14, verse 3. Long time, therefore, abode they, speaking boldly in the Lord, which gave testimony unto the word of his grace.
This is them. This is Paul and them and Peter and them when they boldly speaking to the people. Boldly. So when you know this word of God and when you really standing up for it, you boldly speak. Well, no, I don't care what you talking about. I know, and that's when they don't like. That's why they want to hear you. See, when you stand on your own 2 feet, you can't boldly speak. You can't really just boldly speak. I ain't never gonna die. Cat come right there and pop you right in the head. Yeah, you did. But see, when you speak the word of God, you can boldly speak this. Boldly. I can say it boldly because he said it's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen. Because everything else he done and everything else that was prophesied has happened. So I know for a fact, if I speak this, I can't lie. When I say it's going to be World War III, I can't lie. Not because I said it or I think it, it's because the Bible says it. We got to speak bold this word and know for a fact. Ain't nobody, you can't crack my head with coming. And I know, look, I like it when he doing that. When Benaniyah be hitting them Christians, boy, I just love it sometimes. I'll be laughing my butt off on the side. Or any other, I'll be watching them all on all accounts. And I love it because what they do is they boldly speaking on the word. So it confuses and confounds everybody else because why? They can boldly say what they saying, but they quiver in saying the stuff that they trying to say. Or they repeat over and over. What's that dude name? That dummy. Esau is the word. That dude be coming out. If y'all notice, ever since we've been all the way back when we was at One Body, he would come out and ask the same questions over and over. That's why I didn't want to deal with him, because dude, you done got defeated. You asking the same things over. You got defeated by countless amount of people. Countless amount. But because he can't stand boldly on what he's talking about. He can't go nowhere else. And then them brothers just going, hitting the scripture over there, blah, 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 blah. And then what's so bad about it, they talk to the same dude, ask the same question. And a different camp will come with a whole set of new scriptures. Boldly. And they can't never deal with it. Can't never deal with it. But that's how we got to be boldly speaking this word. Go ahead.
Which gave testimony unto the word of his grace. And granted signs and wonders to be done by their hand.
And you better believe sign and wonders going right now, because there's a lot of dead people that just, let's see. There's a whole lot of resurrected people up in there. Because we was all dead. I was dead before. Y'all want to go see a dead body?
Walk outside the door.
Yeah. And these are the signs and wonders. We waking up. We waking up. This is a sign to, this should be a sign to y'all. Because I remember when I was walking through this truth, before I got in this truth, I did not think, I used to literally think, man, am I the only one thinking this? Am I the only one believe this? Then I had looked, and the day I did that, I looked up, I said, man, I know darn well I ain't the only one that think that we are these Israelites in this Bible. I looked on that, I Googled it, Israelites, Hebrew Israelites. And all the videos popped up. I mean, a whole stack of stuff. And all of them was black people on there. I was like, dude, hold on. Wait a minute, I ain't the only one. So then when I started scrolling down, I'm listening, that's when I started first watching videos. Man, I couldn't stop watching the videos for the next 2-3 weeks, man. I'm talking about work. I could not stop watching. I can't. But now what I realized, I ain't the only one that believed this. I just didn't have the understanding of what I believed. And that's what I just told you. The Most High was waking up the dead. That's when that's when I finally lived. I finally started living. I finally started knowing what life was about. All the questions started to get answered. I ain't dead no more. But we got people that's dead. I'm glad a lot of us still alive right here. Go ahead.
Verse 4. But the multitude of the city was divided.
Wait a minute, say that again.
But the multitude of the city was divided.
See, there's going to be division in here. When you got the truth, and you're speaking the truth, and people of the world, you divide yourself. You divide it from family members. Why? Because you walking in the truth, and they not. So everything you say, they're against it. And everything you hearing them do, you already know. I was ragging like that too. That's why you try your best to, you need to come on over. You need to stop that. Because we know we was that before. He said it's divided. Go ahead.
In part held with the Jews, and part with the apostles.
On one side you got the Jews, which are the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the apostles, who was just walking with Yahweh. Go ahead.
And when there was an assault made both of the Gentiles, and also of the Jews, with their rulers.
You got the Gentile nation that's against us. And we got Israelites that's against us. All want us out the way. Preacher can't preach if you all keep on talking about the laws are done away with. And we ain't bringing them no prosperity teacher. You messing up this man's money. That man ready to keep, boy, I promise you, if TD Jakes and them could, they'll go around stabbing all of us.
So come on with it.
Especially Creflo Dollar. Y'all finna, shoot. Man, we finna have Creflo Dollar gonna get off that plane and we gonna have him on a tricycle or something. We gonna try to break his ministry down. We gonna break it up. You ain't getting that money no more. Because now the people know the truth. Let's go.
And when there was an assault made both of the Gentiles and also of the Jews, with their rulers, to use them despitefully, and to stone them.
And what?
And to stone them.
And to stone them. See that, y'all, and that's what it's talking about. We ain't wrestling against flesh and blood. We wrestling against principalities, spirits behind this stuff. They ready to kill us. And why? Why our own people? Why our own people? Let me get First Maccabees. We'll stay there. Give me First Maccabees 1:11.
And you know the funny thing about, like what I'm saying, TD Jakes and all these different preachers, they talk that good. Even Geno Jenkins, man, he's wicked, but they talk that good. They talk that good talk, but they really don't want us on the stage with them
at all.
Let us. Okay, since they know the word and these supposed to be scholars and they got all these planes ready to go teach the gospel. But guess what, man? Defend the gospel as the Bible tell you to do. We beg, look at, we know y'all watching, they be peeking in on our YouTube page. Don't invite some of us over to y'all place, man.
And that's one thing y'all never seen. That's the thing I was gonna say. How come they ain't in, if we on the Bible and y'all on the Bible, you would invite me to your church.
You should.
But they know they ain't gonna wear. They invite us to their church, they gonna have to kick us out.
No, they got to carry us out there because we're going to keep on bringing the word.
And that's the day you're going to see all the security guards there. If they invite us, you're going to see all the security. Ain't nobody, we ain't going to fight you, bro. We're going to fight you, but not with not physical. We're going to fight you with this Bible, spiritual. Because this is a spiritual battle. Go ahead.
The book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 11. In those days, went there out of Israel.
Went out of where?
Went there out of Israel.
Our own nation.
Went there out of Israel wicked men.
Wicked what?
Wicked men.
Okay.
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
That's exactly what our people do. They want to make a covenant with the heathen. Most High God gave you a covenant. Now we got to make a covenant with the heathens. So if you make a covenant with the heathens, you got to say that our covenant is done away with. Our laws is done away with. Why do you think they preach that? They made a covenant. You can't make a covenant with God and with man and then say they both work. No, you got to pick one side. They picked the side. Because that side told them they'll be rich. You get jets. You get all this stuff. We struggling trying to get a building. They always ask me every time I ask, you got the 501c3, I can get you in here today. No, no, no. We can be in the building, a nice building, if we had the 501c3. Right now, if we had 501c3, we wouldn't have to go looking for, I can go find us one and it'll be way cheaper than what we got now. 3 times the size of this and cheaper. And they would give me this. When I would go shop for this, what they tell us? What they ask me for every time? 501c3, I get y'all in for $3 a desk. 125 without one. Yes.
Yes, just like
that's what
that.
they do. Because they want, I ain't making that covenant with them. We not going to make that covenant with them. Because that's what they want. We need to make this covenant. Because when you make the covenant with them, that means you got to give up your covenant. Your covenant is what? What's your covenant? There you go. But we got people that's of our nation that done that. We see them all the time. They see us, they take off running, but they see us too. That's funny how the pastors don't ever come around us. Then they be pastors until we finish with them, then they ain't pastors no more. Yeah, they don't even want to be pastors no more. Deacons be going to quit on Monday by the time we done with them. Why you quitting? Baptism is like, I told you I don't listen to them. And that was the deacon that was playing all the times too. So he gone. He gone. They don't like y'all, man. Y'all doing something that they opposing all of them. Go ahead and finish that up.
Let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
That means they making a covenant with the Chinese. That's why the pastors sitting right there with the Chinese people with their deal, because they got killed. Man, y'all got 6 people that died. We got down to 300 million. They already got reparations for their little old few people that just died. 50 million for 6 people. If they giving 50 million for 6, well, how much they owe us? Somebody do the math. Let's say 300 million of us done died. Divide that by 6. That's 50, 500. I take that back. It's more than 500. Huh? and multiply that by 50 million. Well, divide that by 6 and multiply that. Multiply the 6. Well, that's, I'll have to do that.
No, man.
Yeah. They be like, man, you went to college. Yeah, I was on that new math stuff, and they were teaching us that new math. Go ahead, finish that out.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow.
See, that's what they thinking. Since we left them when we was in our own nation, now we feel like we had sorrow. No, if you think about it, before we got integrated, which Malcolm X was trying to tell everybody, no, Martin Luther King had his dream, though. Now here we are, ain't got a damn thing. But before, when we was all together, we wasn't killing each other. Why the white man had to get in this? Oh, hold on, these Negroes is doing too good. Let's get on the same page. Let's become one people. Why? They only want to come one people so they can take what you got.
And
When they say one people, they really mean one people. That means taking you out when you become with us. And that's what they doing. They trying to wipe us off this planet.
And that's a true statement, like you just made. We wasn't killing our people like that, because if we was, then why the Egyptians say, hold on, it's way too many of them.
Mm-hmm.
There's way too many of them. We walked in there with 70. We walked out with
78. We came in there with 78. Now we got a whole nation when we come.
400-some thousand.
That's why the abortion clinics in the black community. Wasn't created for no white woman. That was created to get the black women to commit abortion. That's what we murdering. We doing the most murdering of our own people. Not with, you can go to Chicago, they ain't murdering enough compared to the abortion that's going on. They trying to wipe us out.
Guess what? And I'm gonna tell you, even when brothers and sisters, you wear the condom, that's abortion too.
Yes.
That's the same dang thing. What's the difference? You killing the sperm? That's the same thing. That's the seed.
And who gave us condoms? They passing them out of that school now. Y'all niggas trick generate. Because white men have a problem having children, and the Most High doing that to him. That's why they come up with fertility drugs. You sperm count, all that stuff they be talking about on TV didn't even pertain to us. Sperm count. He gonna got 2 sperm, that mother still done came up with 12 kids. But the white man, if you look on this TV show, you be looking at them like that. We ain't had no problem. Black people don't have no problem not having children. We had to try to stop them. I'm gonna go turn this off real quick. We gotta go turn ours off in order to have the children. They giving us this stuff. Here, you can use a condom. For what? So you can stay in sin and not produce no more children.
And to prevent disease.
Yeah, let them tell it. That was to prevent Israelites. That's what the condom was made for. Where we at?
We just finished that method.
Let's go to Jeremiah 10 and 21. But what I'm showing you in this right here is the principalities and the root of all of this stuff that we got to deal with, that's talking about in there. Because I don't want y'all believing because that's exactly what they're going to say. I heard of Chris, that's all they say. But we dealing with these spirits. No, we dealing with this spirit, yeah, your spirit. We dealing with that Esau spirit. Yeah, we know the spirit we dealing with. We know we wrestling again. All he's saying, you ain't got to go out and kill that flesh and blood. You ain't got to go out and kill all the Esau. All you got to do is keep to my commandments. That's how you defeat this. That he's telling you battle. Go ahead. 10 and 21.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 21. For the pastors are become brutish.
Oh, they what?
For the pastors are become brutish.
And they become brutish, man. They sitting down there having meetings on the Israelites. T.D. Jakes had one here in Dallas. How to combat an Israelite. I wish y'all watch one of them videos because they don't say nothing but what we do. And it's funny because they can't even, they be like, well, I saw that one of them, the brother talking about, see, I'm thinking I'm going to hear all kind of stuff. Well, you need to be well versed in the Bible. You need to know what you're talking about. You need to know history. You need to know all the history of the Bible. You need to know, I'm like, that ain't combating that. You're just telling us what you're doing is proving they are right, what they saying. You just finna be against them is what you're saying. Because they didn't have no solution. Not one of them I watched, none of them had any solution how to combat. All of them was just giving what we do and how we operate and how we gonna be coming. And if I was you, I would have another reader with you. Because now when they debate now, guess what they do? They have a reader. So they didn't have that in them churches back then. Now they do. I saw them, what's that, IUIC when they battled the Christians out here in Terrell. I was laughing because the Israelite kept saying, read. Next thing I know, they done called the little boy, come here, come here. Here, get the Bible. When I call this out, you read it. Now he trying to read. Boy, had me laughing. Had me just laughing like a songbird. Because now they realizing, they think it's us. See, they fighting against our flesh. See, we fighting against their spirit. Because they think it's the flesh we dealing with. No, we dealing in spirit. This is what they fight, the flesh. I don't even know what you fight my flesh, but I killed that. You see what I'm saying? I killed that. So what you fighting it for? It's dead. I killed that. I ain't that flesh no more, I'm spirit. Go ahead.
For the pastors are become brutish, and have not sought the Lord.
They what?
They have not sought the Lord.
But they be praying all the time though. I went to a ministry in Oklahoma City. They had a ministry on TV. Man, they prayed for about 2.5 hours, man. I think we was in church for about 10 minutes. I was like, man, how many people gonna pray, man? God. And everybody prayed for about 45 minutes apiece, man. I was going, man. I kept telling them, I just sat down in my seat. Man, how long they gonna do this? Pastor finally came out 10 minutes, he was done. They ain't speak seeking the Most High. They just running their mouth and sounding like and there was a whole lot of through all these prayers. And I didn't know if they were praying or they were bears or something. So all they were doing was grunting the whole time. Go ahead.
For the pastors are become brutish and have not sought the Lord. Therefore, they shall not prosper.
They should not what?
They shall not prosper.
Don't be tripping off the stuff they got. I can promise you it ain't gonna last long. Creflo Dollar be flying in that plane fall right out the sky.
Because in this sense, what does this mean? It's going into spiritually. They're not going to spiritually prosper. Because the whole goal is to what? It's to get the kingdom ultimately. That's what the whole goal is. The Most High God don't care about how much money you have and so forth. But that's what TD Snakes them, that's what they esteem to. That's their main vocal point, is to have riches in this society.
And then what they calling rich ain't nothing. Because you finna get a kingdom, the whole world.
That's right.
So you think, man, what's the biggest jet? 740, whatever they got. You get that plane, that is not nothing compared to a kingdom, the world.
That's right.
So they ain't gonna prosper. They finna live off this and be all that there, boy, be gnashing of teeth.
When they say they ain't sought the Lord, whatever they not sought.
That's right.
What they ain't sought? What the pastors ain't teaching? What
Somebody
the church ain't
said-
teaching?
There you go.
They going against it.
And what is that? What scripture is that? About these pastors. What should they be teaching?
Malachi 27.
There you go. There you go. Let's go ahead. Go ahead and finish. Go ahead.
Therefore, they shall not prosper, and all their flocks shall be scattered.
That's why they don't want them Israelites around. That's why they don't want them watching no videos. They wish they could take them off Facebook. Because a lot of them coming out them churches, man. They coming out them churches. Now when that plate going around in that church, they're like, man, hold on, wait a minute, pass that mug around again. But let's let it go 3 times around. Cause they trying to figure out where their money leaving. My money, hold on, I ain't making as much as I did last. No, because they flock being scattered. They flocks are being scattered. And why? Because this truth is out. This truth, even if people don't come into these camps or whatever, they done walked up out the church. Now I know, just because they done learned, they don't want to be with us and want to do what they say, but they know from the truth that's been taught, they like, man, I can't go back to church. I do know they proved that that's a lie. Now, Lord willing, I hope they come into these schools and learn more, but a lot of them walking out the churches, walking right up out of them. They flocks being scattered, man. Boy, right now, pull up right now. Sunday morning, go up to the parking lot with your friend at all. You gonna see them all the Ursas out with them white gloves on. Excuse me. What are you going for? You ain't questioning nobody else in there, but what are you coming in there for? Because you doing the commandments. They looking at you, and you look like you doing the commandments. That's against us.
But then they say that all the time, come as you are. Hey.
I'm glad you had it. I'll get that another time. But I had just, when I was reading earlier, I had just seen something that combat that come as you are. We'll do that another day. Go ahead, Art.
Verse 22. Behold, the noise of the brute is come, in a great commotion out of the north country.
Out of what country?
In a great commotion out of the north country.
What is the north country? Most high, man, y'all. See, it's only given to us. It's only given to us. Because they read that before too. And somehow they can't put North America with the North Country. They can't do it.
Because they thinking on a corner level. Yes, it's talking about Babylon, but more importantly, it's talking about today.
Which is in modern day.
That's right.
And it just so happened Babylon was the northern part of that country down there too. Just like we in North America here too.
What captivity was Jeremiah in? Any brother know? Yeah, Babylonian captivity. So Babylon was basically northeast of Israel.
Yes.
But we know according to what? Job chapter 11 verse 6 that many scriptures have what? Double meaning.
Double meaning. And not only that, like you got the northern Babylon. What's the modern day Babylon? America. It just so happens America's in the north, and they gave it that name, North America. It separated itself from the other part. So when you're reading it now, it's like, man, it lines up. Everything lines up with the Most High. That's what I say, man. Let's go.
To make the cities of Judah desolate in a den of dragons.
That's their purpose. The cities of Judah is the children of Israel. The children, us. This talking about this. This is talking about the northern kingdom, I mean the southern kingdom here. But it's trying its best to desolate us. Like we were just getting at. Genocide. Only reason America hadn't broadcast that they committing genocide because they running over the other countries, fighting and tearing up their whole country for trying to commit genocide. So they claim. But they over there, still they go. They just ran over there, still they go. They just needed an excuse to go over there. Go ahead.
Verse 23. O Lord, I know that the way of man is not in himself.
The way of man is what?
Is not in himself.
What is it?
It is not in man that walketh to direct his path.
Who direct our path?
Steps.
Our steps.
Yeah, read it again, read it again.
It is not in the way of man that walketh to direct his steps.
It's not in us to walk in our own ways, man. That's not what we're supposed to be doing. That's why he said, order my steps, O Lord. Because every time I just get to walking, I'm walking all in the wrong. I'm stepping in manure.
That's the part where brothers and sisters have to grow. Because a lot of times we know you have to know it be redundant, but when trials and tribulations come upon you, brothers and sisters don't think about the scriptures. They think about how they used to do when they was in the Word. We cannot do that. That's something that brothers and sisters got to constantly pray about, man. You have to constantly pray about it. You have to constantly stay in the scriptures. Because like we say, that's the war between your flesh and your spirit constantly, to revert back to that old nigga. Handle it like how I did in the world. Now, I ain't going to do it according to the law. We got to handle it according to the scriptures every single time. We find out that when we do it God's way, we prosper in that thing. Then we start to grow, man.
Exactly. Go ahead.
Oh Lord, correct me.
Do what?
Correct me.
Do what?
Correct me.
Sometimes we got to ask for correction, man.
That's right.
We got to ask to be corrected. Correct me. Show me how I'm doing wrong. Show me the ways that you want me to walk.
But a lot of times we got to be open to take that correction, man.
That.
Hey, People don't like that thing. Let me get this scripture right quick, man. We hate that thing, man. I'm talking about we hate it with a passion, boy. Give me Amos chapter 5, verse 15. Nah, that ain't verse 10, you know.
5 and 10.
Yeah.
The book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 10. They hate him. They rebuke it in the gate.
Our people hate correction, man. We hate when brothers and sisters trying to uplift them with the scriptures. That's what we got to understand. We're not going to use our words, use the scripture to give the Most High God the glory, because it's not us that's correcting you. It's the Most High God that's correcting you through the scriptures. He's just using us as a messenger. That's it. A lot of times people even think on the corner level, no, nigga, that's you. That's you trying. No, sister, no, brother, it's the scriptures. It's that spirit I see in you, man. Read that again.
They hate him. They rebuke it in the gate.
We have to learn to not hate correction, man. We have to learn to get to where, guess what? We don't hate correction and we don't hate counsel. Read on.
And they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
And they abhor brothers that speak it uprightly. Shoot, they abhor sisters that speak it uprightly. Don't tell me nothing that I'm doing wrong. I don't want to hear it. No, I don't want to hear it, man. But then say they're in the truth. That's not burning out, man. Go ahead,
Yeah, what you call it? Say happy birthday, boy. They be hey. But then you telling me birthday wrong. What? It just changed right there, right then and there. Just something that simple. Let's go back. We finished that, Jeremiah?
No, we go to 24.
Yeah.
I think we go to 25, right?
No, go to do 24 again.
Verse 24. O Lord, correct me, but with judgment.
But with what?
But with judgment.
But with judgment. But according to your law.
That's a good precept, man.
But according to your laws. Go ahead.
Not in thine anger.
Read that again. Boy.
Not in thine anger. Lest thou bring me to nothing.
Don't judge me according to how mad you are. Just give me the law and tell me, hey, you did wrong in this law. Because the more he said, oh, because you tear me up. Most High anger send the whole nation into slavery. What you think he do to the one man? Make his skin just fall off his body. Boy, and here you walk around here just bleeding. He said, not according to your anger. Do not judge me according to your anger. Correct me according to your word. Show me how your word I'm doing wrong according to your law.
Because guess what? God's anger could go multitudes.
Man.
But I put it to you like this. Just imagine you up in the truth being diligent, so we think, and then you don't make it to the kingdom. Because guess what? You can't fix that wicked spirit that you got up in you. That secret wicked spirit that a lot of times brothers and sisters don't see. But you yourself know that you deal with. And you're not dealing with it according to the scriptures. Man, that's some scary stuff, man. Because we know, and guess what? Some of us going to be saved to go to the wilderness to guess what? To be put to death. Because we still going to get saved and then go to the wilderness and be rebellious, man. You do not want that rebellious spirit, man. You know the spirit that's in you. Correct it, man. Correct it. Just get it right, man.
Because brothers and sisters understand, we got no more, after this, we ain't got no more captivities. It's no more captivity. If you don't get it right now, it's no more trying again. It's gonna be no side. Guess what? He coming to straighten everything that's crooked. He finna come straighten this thing out, man. It's no more. Hey, this is the time you got right now to straighten it up. If you don't straighten it up now, you ain't gonna get it. You're just not gonna make it.
Read verse 25 right quick.
Yeah,
verse 25. Pour out thy fury upon the heathen.
Read that again.
Pour out thy fury upon the heathen.
And that's what we constantly should be praying for as well, man. That the Most High God constantly pour out his fury against the heathen. Read on up.
That know not thee. Salaki. That know thee not. And upon the families they call not on thy name.
And call the family that call not upon our name. Because a lot of them ain't walking in this truth. Go ahead.
For they have eaten up Jacob.
They what?
For they have eaten up Jacob.
They what?
For they have eaten up Jacob.
Man, these the neighborhoods and ate us up, man. You can go to the corner store right now in all them neighborhoods right now, and boy, them black folks right up there done bought all the beer this morning. All the ice gone. All their money gone.
All the cigarettes.
I was about to say all the cigarettes,
All that. They,
all the blunt Swisher sweets,
eating us up.
the damn lighters came like frankincense and myrrh because all the lighters gone.
Ain't no charcoal today.
All the pork ribs.
All that's gone. I mean, they done ate all the whole, like they say, from the rooter to the tutor. It's burning right on somebody's grill right today. They already getting ready.
You ain't lying. It's like I say, this thing about 10 cents a pound, boy.
Yep.
Beef over there about $29 a pound.
Go ahead,
And upon the families they called not on thy name.
And devoured him. But they have eaten up Jacob.
And they have eaten up Jacob and devoured him.
And devoured
him.
And
consumed him.
They see how it get drastic when it come to us, man. They don't just punish us. They devour us and consume us. They ain't just gonna destroy us. They gonna eat us and everything, man. God damn, they ain't leaving nothing behind. They don't want us to leave. They don't want us to have no bones on the planet. What's gonna happen to them? They want to happen to you. They don't want you to exist on the planet no more. I don't care what they run their mouth off about. They don't want you around.
They don't.
Even the ones that like you. But I would be better off if you wasn't here, though. I like you, but I would be better if you wasn't here.
But they lying to themselves. Cause
Yeah.
if we all leave, man, this man.
We the salt of the planet.
It's gonna go to crap in the hour.
Yep.
Let me go to Jeremiah 30 and 11. Hold y'all precept right quick. See, because the Most High, while he's correcting us, he also gives us an opportunity to come back to straighten things out in the middle of our correction. That we fail to realize about our God, man. Read it up.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 11. For I am with thee, saith the Lord.
Because guess what? Even in your correction, the Most High God said, I am still with thee, man. Read.
To save thee, though I make a full end of all nations, whether I have scattered thee.
So the Most High God he said He's gonna make a full end of all nations where He has scattered them. That means He gonna come back and put this word in submission, man. Read.
Yet will I not make a full end of thee.
But in Israel, He ain't gonna make a full end of us, man, because we gonna be the ruling nation of the planet, man. Read.
But I will correct thee in measure.
He said He correct us in measures. You see how it goes. You do something, guess what? The Most High God, He correct you a little bit. Right. You do it again, He correct you even a little bit more. That's just like a father doing to his son or to his daughter.
Yeah, that whooping it hurts.
I'm gonna give you a little bit more.
Yeah.
Guess what? He correct us in measures. He don't just full-fledged. No, He give us an opportunity to straighten things out. He correct us in measures.
And what is that, man? That's compassion, man.
Love.
And that's
why
grace.
we gotta have compassion for our people, man. And when you go back, would you finish with that up?
No, I'm not.
My bad. Go ahead.
Read it on out.
But I will correct thee in measures, and will not leave thee altogether
He
unpunished.
said He's not gonna leave these together all. He's not gonna fool because He can always give us an opportunity to escape, man. He always give us an opportunity. We got to take the opportunity. He's not gonna just full-fledged. But guess what? If brothers and sisters got to see the signs. If you see, oh dang, Lord, He got me on this. Okay, the Lord, He got you a little bit more. He's like, dang, why I don't keep going through this stuff? He's showing you in measures. He's showing you in measures how he finna bring the whammy down on you. He's just trying to let you get out.
Like I said, you have to see that, man. When you seeing things constantly happening, you have to look inside, man.
Examining yourself.
You got to start examining yourself, man. You have to be able to see that. That's the measure right there. Go ahead, I know I got something too.
That's right too, but I was just saying that's compassion. When you go back to Jeremiah 10 and 24, we asking, oh Lord, correct me, but with judgment. We're asking the Lord for compassion, man. Have compassion on me, Lord. Not with your fury and your anger, but just touch me up a little bit, like the precept I'm going through. We asking for compassion, so we gotta be compassionate with our people, man.
That's right.
That's big in this nation, man. Within the camp, within our camps, man, we gotta be compassionate with our people, man. Okay, sister said something wrong, man. Forget that mess, man.
That's right.
How can you not be compassionate with your people? But we asking God to please, Lord. Please don't like Jerubbaal said, don't put the whole whammy on me. Don't hit me with the whole shebang. Just hit me with, you know what I'm saying?
Don't judge me off your anger.
Yeah, so man.
Hey, let's go by your what's name.
I just said,
And that's another thing, cause like when you're not getting that's like your child. If you don't whoop them, you think you're doing a good thing for them, but then they wind up later on, then they'll be the main one that's saying, I didn't feel love because you didn't whoop them. Because then they wind up going in the world and they get in a lot of trouble. But why? Because you spared the rod. So therefore, you showing you really don't love them. You didn't correct them. That's what the Most High said. I love you enough that I'm gonna correct you before I tear stuff up. So I'm gonna get you corrected. That's love. And He chose you.
Let me get another precept real quick. Give me Psalms 119. This Yahweh precept 119 verse 71. And this precept, this is good if you're able to catch what Captain Jerubbaal brought out in that precept. Jeremiah chapter 30 verse 11. If you see that the Most High God is using measures to correct you, this is where this precept applies if brothers can apply to other scriptures. Read that right quick out.
The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted.
Read on out.
That I might learn thy statutes.
So a lot of times we have to go through these afflictions so we'll know the judgment of the Most High God and learn from that thing, man. Because a lot of times, why do you think the Most High God is constantly saying scriptures over and over? Because Israel hard-headed and stiff-necked, man.
I read 67.
Hold on.
Jump down to that.
Yeah.
Okay, because I want y'all also go down. We're gonna you since you pulled it, I'm going
Into that.
to hit the go do the 67.
Yeah, okay. The book of Psalms, chapter 119, verse 67. Before I was afflicted, I went astray. But now have I kept thy word. Verse 71.
Hold on. It says before he was afflicted, he went astray.
For real.
That means he didn't got the Most High had him going through a lot of stuff. Now I keep your word.
Yeah.
Because he got corrected.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Verse 71. It is good for me that I have been afflicted, that I might learn thy statutes.
That's how he learned. That's how we gonna go back to these commandments. You get out of line, the Most High correct you. Get your butt back in line. Now go ahead, I want you to read that last one too.
72. The law of thy mouth is better unto me than thousands of gold and silver.
The law of thy mouth is better than 1,000. Remember he was talking about the pastors? About them prospering. So they have all that gold and silver, but we got the riches. We got the law. We got the real riches. Because this is the same thing that gets you to the kingdom. This is how it's gonna be reigned in the kingdom. We richer than anybody on this planet. Now let's go back.
Go
ahead,
Hosea 5:15. Going into that affliction.
The book of Hosea, chapter 5, verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense.
So the Lord said He gonna go and return to His place till they acknowledge their offense. We got people out here thinking that the Lord gonna come to you. The Spirit of the Lord gonna come upon you and you just gonna change. No, He said, I'm gonna go and return to my place until you acknowledge your offenses that you committed against me, meaning sin. Read.
And seek my face. In their affliction, they will seek me early.
See, that's the key in your affliction. All of us been afflicted if we came and seek the Most High. Because He know. Once I put that affliction on them, they going to be saying, Lord, please stop. Lord, Lord. He said, your affliction, you going to seek me early because when we wasn't getting afflicted, we went astray. Like the scriptures say. So the Most High got to afflict us to wake us up to bring Him back to us. It ain't no, oh, the Spirit just going to come upon you out of nowhere. No, you're going to be getting afflicted. and you gonna get tired of being afflicted, and you gonna come seeking the Most High. Because he said, acknowledge your affliction, right? Is that it? Is that the whole thing? Or what did he say after that? Seek my face. What that mean? Change from your affliction. He said, acknowledging is just half the battle. Yeah, I messed up, Lord. I know what I did, but if we keep doing the same thing, we're not seeking his face.
That's why
we're not changing, going to his
it's
law.
for us to learn.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Al.
Let's get another precept on this. Sirach chapter 32 and verse 14. You get there, I'll read it.
The book of Sirach, chapter 32, verse 14. Whoso feareth the Lord will receive his discipline.
Read that again,
Whoso feareth the Lord will receive his discipline.
That's why when you see brothers and sisters, when they going through things and they get rebuked with the scriptures, guess what? You will receive his discipline if you fear the Most High God, man. Read.
And they that seek him early shall find favor.
But when you seek the Most High God early, guess what, man? You ain't, let me see. I know I'm going off. Let me see. Let me go in the scriptures. Okay, then I'm back on track. That's how you find the favor, man.
And you're seeking them early. You got to get on it now.
Read on. Verse 15. 32 and 15.
32 and 15. Okay. He that seeketh the law shall be filled therewith. But the hypocrite will be offended thereat.
So guess what? The ones that fear the Most High, guess what? You're gonna receive it. But the ones that's a hypocrite, you're gonna be, guess what, man? You're gonna be offended by it. Oh, you can't rebuke me with the scripture. Yeah, you're a hypocrite. The Bible calls you out plainly.
Because the thing is, you'll want to bring that correction, but then when it's time for your correction, no, I don't agree with that now. No, that's being a hypocrite, man. You want to have a just balance. Like I say, sometimes, guess what? Captains guess what, corrected? Hey, it is what it is, man. Take that correction and grow from that thing, man. That's all you can do, man, and be a better person, man.
That's the only thing. That's what you got to do. That's exactly what you got to do. Let's go to Lamentations 4:17. We done brought this out a million times, but I want to go past that a little bit. I'm actually looking at another scripture. I just figured I'd go ahead and start there too.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet fail for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us.
America is not going to save us. We've been looking for so much vain help. Looking for the government to help us. NAACP to help us. The ACLU to help us. What's that? Oh, they're a little organization. They do a lot.
Oh, yeah, that's an organization that watches out for racist organizations.
Yeah, and all that stuff.
I thought they were helping on these.
No, they some bull crap too, but they try to pretend like that they helping black people.
Exactly.
But they not. They actually against you too.
Like many of the Israelite camps are on the ACLU list
of not a good people list, whatever they want to call it. Go ahead.
They hunt our steps.
They what?
They hunt our steps.
They do what?
They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps. They know right now. Remember that one time we was at one body, remember the helicopter was flying over us. We left and went downtown. The same helicopter wound up downtown over. While we was at the school, they was watching us the whole time. They hunt everything we doing. They looking at y'all on Facebook. Y'all comments ain't gone. Y'all think they just, your friends got them now, the government got it too. They watching everything you do. Like the brother had got online, said something about what he was finna do. So the police was there before he got there. Then showed him on the phone. This you, ain't it? He's like, man, how y'all get that? Yeah, they watch you. You just said you finna come in and do this. They was there before he got there. They watching. They watching out every steps. They watching out how to kill you. I gotta figure out a way to get rid of you. So I gotta watch what you do. They a keen hunter. What does a keen hunter do? You know, we don't even like sitting in the woods that damn long. We'll be out there 10, 20, man, ain't nothing came. No, white dude gonna go out there, man, he gonna pick up the dirt. That was 2 days ago. He gonna go and he gonna track every little thing. Okay. At 1:13, they thirsty. Go eat, drink water. They watch every little thing. That's how they do when they hunt. So, who's the hunt now? Who's being hunted? You. So he's got to track what you do.
That's true.
He's hunting.
And if anybody ever hunted, ever went hunting or been hunting, that's what with Edomites. That's what they do for
They
real.
track the animal.
Well, they literally sit out there. They go before the sun rises, and guess what? They'll stay out there all day long, man.
All day. That's why they try to act black sometimes. Or so-called acting black. They try to be like, I'm cool. Yeah, they mocking you. But at the same time, they learning you. They learning what you do. They know nothing about rap music. Now they all in it. Hat backwards and everything. Eminem. That's what they do. What else? It don't matter what you... We always thought all this was a black thing. Now it's a whole world thing. Everything. We got to track him doing that. Been playing basketball for years out there on them courts. Now you got white people popping up over there. What you doing here? Hey, man. Brother. You don't even know how to do that right. But he's trying to be you. He got to. I'm tracking you. I'm seeing what y'all do. We think it being cool. That white boy, they're cool. Nah, that white boy is tracking you.
Well, they're fugitive and a vagabond. They don't got no.
Exactly.
They don't got no trace to go behind. So they go.
I'm trying to be. Yeah, I'm trying to. Anything that'll hide me, I'm with it. Even I gotta be black. Then they be like, I can't hold this that long. I can't take this off. Take that black off of them. Go ahead.
They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our street.
And I what?
In our street.
Why you think the police there? They in your neighborhood, man. Ain't none of them black. And the one that black, they over there, they looking at porn on the telephone. They ain't thinking about you. The other ones is watching everything you doing.
Now the orange is a new black, huh?
All that. And you got what, man, I go to my neighborhood, man, I see them all sitting on all these different corners. Watching everything we do. He know what Tyrone is, and you don't. Y'all seen Tyrone? Nah, I ain't seen him today. Ask the damn officer. I promise you, he know what Tyrone is. He there at the park. Yeah. He been there 15 minutes. He was eating ice cream, drinking a beer. Mad, yeah, you know what Tyrone is. But they know, they track everything we do, man. They ain't doing it because they trying to be friends with us. They doing that because, man, I gotta keep an eye on everything you do. I'm hunting you.
Yep. Just like brothers think they get away with selling drugs, all this, man, they know how long you sell drugs, who's selling drugs. Guess what? And they see somebody else coming, they're selling drugs. We can't have two, or we got to choose one, though. Which one we gonna get rid of? That's what they do. They play the games with us.
All that.
They call this a trap. Yeah, you trap yourself because you thinking that they ain't gonna get you, and they don't know. They know every detail.
We gotta be like Bugs Bunny. Ain't that the one? Who's the Elmer Fudd dude fight? Shoot. Yeah, Bugs Bunny, him. They the Elmer Fudd. We gotta be like Bugs Bunny. We know he tracking it. So we gotta be just as wise as him. Hey, playing with it, yeah, and next thing you know, he shoot himself. But nah, we that dumb rabbit. We just run around there, jumping in the holes and coming back out. Pow! Hey, don't be that kind of rabbit. Don't go playing with the guy dude with the gun in his hand.
They give us woman tricks off of kids.
Yeah.
Keep playing the tricks.
Go ahead. That's exactly what they talking about too. But y'all better watch them subliminal messages they throwing out there. Go ahead and finish that out.
They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near.
Hold on. See, when y'all read that, y'all thinking that's talking about us. It says their end is near. What we have they always say, the devil know his end is near. He know it's about over with. That's why the main push for everything going on. That's why they gave y'all July 10th as a national holiday. Juneteenth is a national holiday. It's one of his tricks. You gotta keep these niggas in some sin. These niggas was down there about to stop coming to Juneteenth. Shit, make it a national holiday. Let them get a day off. Get made hours. Huh? That's what they do. They know our time is near. Our end is near. They know this. Go ahead.
Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled.
Our days are what?
Fulfilled.
Now anybody know what that's referring to?
Hold on before you go too far. Because, like he said, Satan know that the time is near. We're going to get that precept too. Let's go to Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12 right quick. Satan know his time is near. You think he don't know? You got to be out your dang on mind, man. When you get there, I'll read it.
Okay. The book of Revelation, chapter 12, verse 12. Therefore, rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them.
Read.
Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea.
Read.
For the devil is come down unto you,
These are spirits, man. Read.
having great wrath, because he knoweth that he had but a short time.
That's all. He know it ain't nothing but he only got a short time. He know he can't do this forever. This is just a short time. He know it's near. He know he got. He like Satan look at the clock. Oh yeah, it's got about 10 more. I got about 100 more years. No, he know it's short. He know he ain't got nothing but a little while to get it. So while he draw with the little while he got, guess what he doing? He drawing them in. Because if it was possible, he would pull the very elect.
He would. Yeah. And that's what he telling you. He said, man, my time's short for real. My time out. So they made us think like this, the devil know his time is over. We had no idea who the devil was. Now we see. That's Esau. Esau, y'all time is up. That's why everything is playing out the way it is. See, the one thing, the Most High could structure the whole play. The things that he says is going to happen, they didn't tell him this is going to happen like this. The fact of the matter is they're going to happen regardless. It's playing out, man. It's playing out. He know his time is over with. Go back.
Well,
No. You said, no, don't go to,
Lamentation.
no, go back and read that again. And I'm going to give you one more scripture to follow that.
The book of Lamentation, chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled. For our end is come.
He said, our days are fulfilled. Let's go to Luke 21 and 24. Y'all should know this.
The book of Luke, chapter 21, verse 24. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword.
Because we dying, go ahead.
And shall be led away captive into all nations.
And we are.
And Jerusalem shall be trodden down
and it is
of the Gentiles.
No, it ain't there yet. That part ain't happened yet. Go ahead, because the Gentiles right there in our land right now. Go ahead.
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled. He know his time is almost over with. The Gentiles' time being fulfilled is almost over with. We just got to hang on a little longer. He woke us up. Good thing he woke us up in the last hour. He woke us up 300 years ago, boy. That'd have been a long time sitting up there trying to wait, boy. We got right back in the sin. He woke it up in this last hour so we can get everything right. And then once we get everything right, it's time to go. Get your stuff packed, it's time to go. I want to go home. I'm tired of this place. Let's go to Ephesians, back to Ephesians 6 and 12.
The book of Ephesians, chapter 6, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against
what? Go ahead.
Against powers,
Uh-huh.
against the rulers of the darkness of this
The
world.
rulers of the darkness of this world. Let's go to Genesis 1 and 3. Go ahead.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 3. And God said, let there be light, and there was light.
Uh-huh.
And God saw the light, that it was good.
Uh-huh.
And God divided the light from the darkness.
He did what?
And God divided the light from the
He
darkness.
separated us from the beginning of time. He separated us way back then. Drop down 18.
Verse 18. And to rule over the day, and over the night,
Uh-huh.
and to divide the light from the darkness.
Uh-huh.
And God saw that it was good.
See, he got us right now to rule over the day and over the night. Same thing. See, it's the same thing that when he was talking there. When he spoke out of the darkness, he brought up the light. The world was in darkness, right? And he brought Yahweh out, the light. Same thing at the beginning. The same thing. Same similitude. Y'all better follow along. Now, let's go to Genesis 15 and 12.
You say 12 or 15?
12. Start at
12.
15 and 12.
Okay, the book of Genesis, chapter 15, verse 12. And when the sun was going down, a deep sleep fell upon Abram,
Mm-hmm.
and lo, and horror of great darkness fell upon him.
Mm-hmm.
And he said unto Abram, know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land
Mm-hmm.
that is not theirs,
Uh-huh.
and shall serve them,
Uh-huh.
and they shall afflict them 400 years.
How many?
400 years.
Go ahead.
And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance.
So y'all can be rejoicing that part for sure. Because this darkness is upon us now. Now we done came to the commandment. That's why we lit up. Then we try to tell, see, let me show you why they don't understand when we be talking about this Bible. What did I have? I'm having a jump. Let me see, Psalms 36. Let me see if that's it. 36 and well, better yet, finish that. Go back to Genesis 15 and go to finish this out.
The book of Genesis, chapter 15, verse 14. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance.
Mm-hmm.
And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age.
Mm-hmm.
But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again for the iniquity of the Amorites. It is is not yet filled.
That's
full.
it, saying the same thing. These Gentile nations, they gotta wait till all of these things are fulfilled. So we gotta go through these things that we gotta go through, which was 400 years of the slavery, which we still in captivity to this day. And we have to keep going through this. We can't go until all of this stuff is fulfilled. But apparently the Christians said it's all fulfilled. So if that's the case, we must be walking in the kingdom now. If this is the kingdom now, I don't know if I like it. In fact, I know I don't like it. If this is the kingdom he's speaking of. So somebody got their story wrong, either God or the Christianity church. I'm willing to bet you it's the Christianity church got it wrong. Because we ain't there yet. Let's go to Deuteronomy 28:29. Because this part of the curses.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness.
And right now, that's the thing about it. Our people right now, sun is out. It's bright outside. About 90-some degrees out there. But what are people doing? Celebrate Juneteenth in darkness. They just walk around feeling, okay, what is, oh yeah. I don't know what this is, but I'm finna do it. They kicking it. They just blind, feeling their way around. They in the darkness, man. So whatever they feeling on, better go in here. Man, they homosexual. It felt like a woman, but something went up in it. They groping. They groping like they in darkness, man. Our people are in darkness, walking around, just feeling on stuff. What is this? I don't know, but let's go in there. Come out with just totally something different.
Get down there.
Yes. Go ahead.
And thou shalt not prosper
And
in thy ways.
And they what?
In thy ways.
Why do you think we don't prosper? We don't prosper as a nation of people, period. Because the majority of our people are in darkness, man. And we are not prospering. Even when all we look forward to, I'm going to be a rapper. They just can't rap for the fun of it. They going, I got to be a rapper. I'm going to be this famous rapper. I'm going to be in the NBA. All our children, every last one of our children born as a black person, the first thing we thinking, oh yeah, hold on, this nigga here going to be a basketball player. We trying to put all our children in that category. We just stopped the doctor lawyer stuff now. That's that. They ain't getting paid in no doctor. So we done took every last one of them. Children came out 12 years old, still look premature. He gonna be in the NBA. No, he not. No, he not. He gonna be in the NFL. No, he not. He run the guy doing 40 in 14 seconds. No, he not. Well, he chubby. Yeah, the lineman need to be in shape too. He not gonna be every one of y'all, every last one of our children is not. We looking for the wrong thing. We try to throw them. No, get them in this truth. That's how they gonna prosper. Go ahead. Are we done with that one?
And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
And do what? Say that again.
And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
And we are oppressed and spoiled. America done got us so spoiled, we don't even want jobs no more. We looking for what the thing? Stimulus checks. Unemployment is great now. They paying more than the job. Cats ain't trying to go back to work. They finna have to stop all this. Man, them niggas is not going back to work. We gotta shut that down. And I don't blame them because you give me more for, I ain't gotta go do nothing. And you give me more than I gotta go put in 40 hours to get, nah, I stay unemployed. Spoiled, man. They spoiling them. And that's what we say. American good to us. America ain't crap to you. They trying to kill you, man. Let's go to Exodus chapter 14, verse 20.
The book of Exodus, chapter 14, verse 20. And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel. And it was a cloud and darkness to them.
And what?
And it was a cloud and darkness to them. But it gave light by night to these. So that the one camp...
Hold on, it said it was a cloud and darkness to them. Who is this talking about? Anybody know? Egypt. It was that cloud, that same cloud gave darkness to Egypt. Go ahead.
But it gave light by night to these.
To us.
So that the one came not near the other.
Say right now, hey, right, look, I'm right here and I can't see him. That's how the Most High do with us when we go back to His law, statutes, and commandments. Yeah, they can try to follow you. They don't know nothing about you. They can't comprehend. They can't understand you. No matter how they look. Because the Most High put the cloud over them. They can't see you when you're doing His law, statutes, and commandments. You in the light, and they still can't see. Because why? They grew up in the noonday. What did he say? In the noonday, as if it was night. He did us for that in Egypt. Egypt, man, the whole army is right there. We over here chilling. We can see them. They can't see us. That's like the tent we trying to get on the door. We can see them, they can't see us. That's what happens when you come to the law, statutes, and commandments. You can see the evil, but they can't see us because they can't comprehend what you are. It disturbs them when they see the light. It disturbs them. Let's finish it out.
So that the one came not near the other all the night.
All the night. All night. He said one day ain't come the whole night. That's how much the Most High. They right there. Y'all don't understand. The whole army is right there. And we right here. And they can't even see us. When we get up in the morning and we done burn off. They like, man, I don't know how far they are. Maybe we got 2 days to get to them. Nah, they was just right there last night. That's how the Most High. That's how you got to trust in the Most High. He can hide you from all that bull crap. They can't see us now. That's why they can't do nothing. Because the Most High stopped that. Got a dark cloud over their head. We out there tearing people up. Saying stuff that they be like, man, look at our people looking at. He said that to the police. He said that to the what? They can't see us. All they know is somebody said something about the Bible. They don't know what Israelite. It was one of them camps. It was the one in the orange. No, it was the Israelites. They can't see.
Like Chris Tucker, which one y'all hit me?
Yeah, they can't see. That's what I'll be laughing when I love it when they out on the corner. I don't know what people be talking about. I love it when they're on the corner because they can't escape when they downtown. They just every corner by corner, you getting whooped. That's why they come in there. Well, they had said, yeah, we finna whoop you too. We finna whoop you too. Let's go, Joshua 24:7.
The book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 7. And when they cried unto the Lord, He put darkness between you and the Egyptians, and brought the sea upon them, and covered them. And your eyes have seen what I have done in Egypt. And ye dwelt in the wilderness a long season.
See, the Most High say the same thing. This same thing gonna happen. The same stuff, man. They can't see us, and guess what? That water gonna cover over their militaries too. And yes, we go back into the wilderness. The stuff gets straightened out in the wilderness. Let's go to 1 Samuel 2 and 6. I'm running through. I'm getting my scriptures today, y'all.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2, verse 6. The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
He do what?
The Lord killeth and maketh alive.
And I thought the cops was killing him.
The Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust.
See, he brought us out of the dust. We the poor. Israel is the poor. But Israel also is the rich. We poor in this, but we rich in spirit. We poor in this world, but we rich in spirit. Because the kingdom next that's come is ours. And how we gonna get it? Taking it. Go ahead.
He raised up the poor out of the dust and lifted up the beggar from the dunghill to set them among princes and to make them inherit the throne of glory.
And y'all gonna see this rise up right downtown. All that stuff, all the words and scriptures going out. Y'all finna see some of the dirtiest people walking up in these buildings. One shoe, 2 toes out to the right side of that other shoe. Finna come up in and we need to greet them just like that, like we greet each other. Hug them the same way. Brother, I love you. Glad you came. I don't care what they smell like. That's what's finna happen. So don't be tripping. Oh man, look at that. Nah, Cause y'all be down there. I don't know. Sometimes, man, they ain't the one to cry when you see our people in those positions, man. And that's what I be saying, man. Come on. That's why we even talk to the people, man. You know darn well, but we even try to give them a chance. We know they out their mind. Brother. Brother that got his fist in his ear. Yeah, come here. They just keep going. But the Most High gonna bring them in. He said he's gonna bring them out the dunghill. And some of them down there in the dunghill. Go ahead.
And to make them inherit the throne of glory.
Man, yeah. So some of them, even sometimes we laugh at it sometimes. Y'all gonna be surprised when it comes to the kingdom. You're gonna be like, dang, how they get there? That mother up there sitting next to Moses. Your seat, Lord willing, if you make it, your seat way down there. Way at the back. Go ahead.
For the pillars of the earth are the Lord's, and he had set the world upon them.
Who set this up?
For the pillar of the earth are the Lord's, and he had set the world upon them.
Go ahead.
He will keep the feet of his saints.
He will do what?
He will keep the feet of his saints.
Of his saints. And we all know who the saints are. Go ahead.
And the wicked shall be silent in darkness.
And they shall be what?
And the wicked shall be silent in darkness.
You ain't gotta hear no more from them. They're gonna be in darkness, man. We don't deal with the darkness. He said he gonna make them silent. You ain't gonna have to hear from this white man no more. That's if you're keeping the law. If you want to keep on running around with him, you can run it. He ain't doing nothing but lying to you anyway. Go ahead.
And the wicked shall be silent in darkness, for by strength shall no man prevail.
Shall no man prevail. Go ahead.
The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken in pieces.
They'll do what?
Shall be broken in pieces.
Anybody know how they gonna break them in pieces? We went over it one day, the other day. There we go. Y'all better prepare to break something. That's the funnest part of this. If you like construction, the best part of construction is demoing. You just tear stuff up. And that's gonna be the funnest part, man. Boy, when they kingdom in, I think that's gonna be one of the best parts. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do after this over with. We done smashed everything up. I'm gonna be just smashing dust, because I'm still gonna be trying to break them up. Just constantly. That's the best part. The modestest kingdom. You get that okay to go do that. I'm going to get the biggest sludge hammer I can find. I probably ain't going. I'm gonna have to have 4 people to help me lift it. But we gonna find a way to smash something. Go ahead.
The adversaries of the Lord shall be broken in pieces. Out of heaven shall he thunder upon them. The Lord shall judge the ends of the earth, and he shall give strength unto his king.
Unto who?
Unto his king.
Unto who?
Unto his king.
Who was that, y'all?
It's Yahweh.
There you go. Go ahead.
And exalt the horn of his anointing.
Of his anointing. Go ahead.
In Elkanah.
Nah, that's all I needed on that. That's all I needed right there. Let's go to 2nd Ezra chapter 14, verse 20. Did somebody go there already? Okay.
The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 20. Behold, Lord, I will go as thou hast commanded me, and reprove the people.
He said, and I will go as I have commanded you. That's what he do, Matthew 22 and 9. Go ahead.
Behold, Lord, I will go as thou hast commanded me, and reprove the people which are present. But they that shall be born afterward, who shall admonish them? Thus the world is set in darkness.
This world is set in what?
In darkness. And they that dwell therein are without light.
And they that dwell within are without light. Because he said the ones I'm going to correct, he said the ones that's coming after them, we're going to do with them. Because they're going to be born in this wicked world in darkness. So that's what the Most High God got y'all for. To tend to the ones that didn't hear the truth. Now y'all there to go give them the truth. Y'all the ones supposed to be shedding the light. You the light of the world. Some of you dim, but you're light. Need to brighten up.
Let me get a precept on that.
Go ahead, Doc.
Go to Rock chapter 33 and 17 right quick. See, because how the Most High expecting us to do in this walk, this is our mission, this is our job as men, women, and children. We must fight to keep ourselves in this truth, man, and to also uplift our nation, man. Read it up.
The book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 17. Consider that I labor not for myself only.
Because we got to consider that we don't labor for ourselves only. Because a lot of us, we get confused that our labor is just for our own self. Read.
But for all them that seek learning.
But for all them that seek learning, we got to make sure that we stay in the spirit. We got to make sure that we stay grounded in this walk. Because guess what? We got to be able to feed the sheep, man. And this is what the Lord expecting us to do. Men, guess what, to do our job, and women to do their job, and even as the children, for them to do their job too, man. That's how we not labor, because when we thinking for ourselves, by just for ourselves and ourselves only, you're not thinking as a nation.
That's right.
And the Most High God expecting us to start thinking as nation, man.
Man, that's a great precept, man. Brothers and sisters constantly need to meditate on, because that's where we try to get those selfish spirits up out of there, man. For real. This is, I'm talking about, man, this scripture right here is the epitome of loving your brother as you love yourself. Because if you have the ability to stay in the spirit, because sometimes people can pull you out of the spirit by them being out of the spirit. But when we got that mentality to where, guess what, I'm going to stay in the spirit for my brothers and sisters, man. So I can let my light shine, man. Till we get on that type of thinking, man, hey, boy, that's some heavy stuff right there, man. That's a good precept, huh?
Let's go to Psalms 36 and 1.
Even with brothers studying and so forth, man, that thing go a long way. It really does, man. You putting the time in to study, because that would be on brothers and sisters, mainly the brothers, about studying too, because the knowledge, You never know, the Most High God can open up your mind and understanding to see something in the scriptures that brother ain't seen. Then you can take that knowledge and guess what? Feed it to the people. You know, so our learning is not just for our own self, but it's always for our nation, man. Brothers got to keep that in mind too. Sisters as well, man, to set the examples for young sisters as well.
The book of Psalms, chapter 36, verse 1. The transgression of the wicked said within my heart, that there is no fear of God before his eyes.
Yeah, that's what them sins of the wicked, they say ain't no fear of God. They don't have no fear. These people, you can look at them. People don't fear the Most High, man. They don't give a dang. They ain't thinking about no consequences. The only thing they fear is the laws, the laws, not the God's laws, but the laws. And some of them don't fear that either. Go ahead.
Verse 2. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes.
He brag on himself. Go ahead.
Until his iniquity be found to be hateful.
Until he bragging on himself to the point where they just look at him like, hey, hate this man. Man, shut up. You know, I was this, I had did this, I was that. You ever been around this kind? That's been to everything. Yeah, you know, I had a counselor when I was back in Ireland. Man, ain't been out of, you know what I'm saying? Ain't been out of his own city. Go ahead.
The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit.
You know the what?
Or iniquity and deceit.
Now what?
Or iniquity and deceit.
The words of his mouth is just sin and deceit. Everything this world got to offer is just deceit. I don't care how good it sounds, because there's a lot of good phrases that they got. God bless those who bless themselves. That sounds great, don't it? But don't drug dealers bless themselves? Don't the criminals bless themselves? So God blessing them. But we've been living by that rule for them their whole life. God bless those who bless themselves. But that ain't, it's deceit. So now you out thinking, I gotta get it. I gotta bless me. I gotta be about me. And not about your nation. Go ahead.
He had left off to be wise and to do good.
And to what?
And to do good.
He has left off to be wise and to be good. Hold on. He stopped doing it. They ain't trying to do it. This white man is not trying to. So ain't even no reason. There ain't no reason. Only thing I can give you is your what's finna happen to you. Let me give you your prophecy. Got time to be sitting up here trying to play with you. I don't want to play with you. You ain't nothing. You ain't no good. Go ahead.
He devised mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good.
He do what?
He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorred not evil.
He don't hate evil. He love this. Y'all gotta know what you're dealing with. He love it. You, man, sometimes you put up with it. He love it. He love it. The reports on the news. He love it. Black man shot. Black man beat. A group of men across the board, they put them in the, they love that. That's why they broadcast that. But you can always tell when they don't never mention what color that's how I know when it's a white dude. When they don't mention the color, oh yeah, it's a white dude. And they hurry up, go past that. But when it's destruction for y'all, he love it. It's evil. I love it. He love it. Go ahead.
Thy mercy, O Lord, is in the heavens, and thy faithfulness reacheth unto the clouds. Thy righteousness is like the great mountains. Thy judgments are a great deep.
That's all I need on that. Let's go to 41 and 3. Let me see if I can get there.
The book of Psalms, chapter 41, verse 3. The Lord will strengthen him upon the bed of languishing, that thou make all his bed in his sickness.
In his what?
In his sickness.
Just keep them laws. You can watch this white man do that. All them diseases this man is making, guess what? He gonna be the one sick. Because you can rest assured, I promise you, the elite right there did not get sick. They done gave they vaccine before they even started the disease. They ain't getting it. Let's go to
Hold on. Like you say, jump down to verse 5 right quick.
yeah, I should have gone
Verse 5.
Mm-hmm.
My enemies speak evil of me.
Mm-hmm.
When shall he die?
Said, when shall he die, man?
God
Like you
dang.
said.
These niggas ain't dying, man. God, they would have did everything. These niggas will not die. But he waiting on you to die. And when you don't die, you rest assured he got another plan. He's got, hey, I got to plan something else. Go ahead.
My enemies speak evil of me. When shall he die? In his name perish.
In his name, what name is that, y'all? No, what name he want to be perished?
Yahushua.
No. What name do he want to be perished?
Israel.
That Israel say, what did he say when what David said? That they considered that Israel may be no more.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and we're gonna go to let's go to Colossians. Go ahead and I'm gonna try to hurry up and finish out. I'm gonna skip a couple of them.
Colossians 2 and 8.
Colossians 2 and 8.
Yeah. You got Colossians 2 and 8. The book of Colossians chapter 2 verse 8. Beware, lest any man be spoiled through
No. You
Beware, lest any man spoil you through philosophy and vain deceit, after the tradition of men, after the rudiments of the world, and not after Christ.
Beware if they try to spoil you with all this bull crap. Some people that's in the truth finna go back to, I'm gonna go ahead and do Juneteenth because they made it a national holiday, so I guess they gonna go right back into it. The seat of men, spoiling you, because you get the day off. I'm gonna kick it. Memorial Day, Labor Day, Christmas, you get the day off. I might well kick it. I'm already off. No, don't go celebrate nothing. Don't go through with that stuff they got going on, man. Do not do it. Leave it alone. Let me try Romans 8 and 36. Now let me go to Job. Job 18. We almost through. 18 and 5.
The book of Job, chapter 18, verse 5. Yea, the light of the wicked shall be put out. In the sport of his fire shall not shine.
Because you gotta understand, the devil does what? He's an imitation of the light. So a lot of times he looking like as though he's the light of the world. That's why they look to the United States, the government, for help. Because they trying to show you that they done got us out of everything. When we got y'all to Vietnam, I was never in Vietnam. We didn't have a problem with Vietnamese. But we got y'all to Korea, we had a Korean War. We didn't have a problem with the Koreans. Brothers come with us all the time. What do they say? I fought for you. No, you did, because if you'd have fought, you wouldn't even never have to get on the boat. You could have started right at Washington, D.C. and started chopping heads right there. You could have went to my job and got a whole lot of my enemies right here.
You could have went to your job, huh?
Yeah, you could have went to the Texas Longhorn Oklahoma game and got a lot of my enemies. You wouldn't have to take a plane. You could have took a bus and we can go around America and you'll see our adversaries that you supposed to fight for us. The ones you fought, I don't know who you fought them for, but that wasn't for us. Go ahead.
The light shall be dark in his tabernacle.
It said what?
The light shall be dark in his tabernacle.
In his tabernacle. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle. This man got to be put back in his darkness. He's got to go back to his darkness. That fake light got to be put out. That artificial light got to be put out. See, they compare. See, this the light is his light. Our light is the whole sun outside. But he got us believing this the sun. Because that's where he dwells. Give me John 1 and 5. St. John 1 and 5. Sorry, Salaki.
The book of St. John, chapter 1, verse 5. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not.
The darkness can't comprehend this light. That's why they can't understand what you're doing. Because they walking in darkness. That's all he is in darkness. When they argue with us and we show them the scripture, we looking at him like, how you don't get that? He can't see it. He in darkness. You the light. The scriptures is the light. The commandments is the light. Living righteousness is the light. They can't comprehend that. Because they ain't trying to live a right life. What's right to them is, leave me alone. I just want to chill with my dog. That's what they want. They don't want the Most High at all. Let's go. I'm gonna give y'all this. Let's go. Did we go to Job already? We stopped. Yeah, let's go back to Job. I'm sorry, Salaki. I knew I got sidetracked. My bad.
The book of Job, chapter 18, verse 6.
Just keep reading. I tell you to stop. Go ahead.
Okay. The light shall be dark in his tabernacle, and his candles shall be put out with him.
Over him. I'm sorry, Salaki.
And his candles shall be put out with him.
And his candle. Go ahead.
What is the, anybody got the precept of candle? What is that candle talking about? So brothers can have it. What you got, Nathan, y'all? You got Brother Samuel. What is the candle that shall be put out? Any brother know it? What you got, Yona? Say it again. Yeah, well, what's the precept to show exactly what it is? Give me Proverbs chapter 20, verse 27 right quick. To show what that light is going to be put out of Esau. Now, a candle gives light. This is the precept for a candle that it's talking about.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 20, verse 27. The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord.
Read that again, Doc.
The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord.
So that spirit that Esau is going to be put out is his spirit.
Yes.
That's what's going to be put out.
Spirit gone.
Blew out.
And that means what? What was we wrestling against? That spirit, right? That's going to be put out. We ain't got to worry about that no more. That's when the new covenant can come in. When these commandments going to be on our hearts, written on our hearts and stuff.
Read that from the top again, Doc.
The spirit of man is the candle of the Lord, searching all the inward parts of the belly.
Y'all can have that precept for candle.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that out. Now let's go back.
Revelation 25.
The book of Job, chapter 18, verse 7. The steps of his strength shall be straightened, and his own counsel shall cast him down.
His own counsel gonna cast him down. He gonna go to that goddamn what is that world meeting? The UN meeting. They gonna vote against the United States. They gonna vote against him and all the European countries. Go ahead.
For he is cast into a net by his own feet.
By his what?
By his own feet.
All the traps they set for, they gonna fall right in them. Go ahead.
And he walketh upon a snare. Verse 9. The jinn shall take him by the heel, and the robber shall prevail against him.
And the robber, the jinn gonna have him upside down, hold him like this, and the robber gonna be checking his pocket. This man finna get towed up. We finna, man, it's finna be wiped off the planet. He ain't just gonna go away. We finna have to, it's gonna be some things going on. Go ahead.
The snare is laid for him in the ground, in a trap for him in the way.
In the what?
In the way.
And you look, it said the snare is laid for him in the ground. Why is that? What are they trying to build right now? Bunkers. They ain't doing nothing but trapping themselves in. Because then it's going to be us getting the rocks off of them and let them out. And when that door opens, you be looking at that hole right here. You're going to look up and see nothing niggas.
And what Jeremiah 16 and 16 is we become hunters.
Oh, yeah. We're going to be knocking it all over. Go ahead.
Verse 11. Terror shall make him afraid on every side.
On every side. United States is getting like that right now. They got the Chinese coming, don't like them. The Russians don't like them. Their own people don't like them. The United States don't know where it's coming from now. They're down to get bombed from Canada.
That's the reason why that's why they give away so much money. Because they want to make the people try to go back to believe in the United States again. We need our people to be behind our backs again. And guess what, man? People ain't falling for the banana tailpipe no more, man.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet.
He gonna stand up then. Go ahead.
His strength shall be hunger bitten.
That means he got doing, his military is finna start folding. Got all them tanks. Ain't nobody in there driving. Ain't got enough people to drive. Go ahead.
His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side.
And destruction shall be what?
And his destruction shall be ready at his side.
His destruction shall be ready at his side. Go ahead.
It shall devour the strength of his skin.
Uh-huh.
Even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength.
First of all, because they the one producing the destruction. Them same bombs that he got created for everybody, them the ones gonna wipe him out. Everything he devising against us is that very thing that's gonna be used against him. Go ahead.
His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle.
His confidence shall be rooted. Ain't nobody gonna have confidence in America no more. And I can't wait. Cause I'm tired of them thinking America's all great. USA, I wish we can't. Wait till the next Olympics. See if we gonna, I wish you would be crying USA. I should go there right there, sit right forefront with FUSA. Red, white, and blue flag on it too. Just to let them know. Go ahead.
And it shall bring him to the king of terrors.
Because after a while, man, when the Israelites start messing with these people, man, think about it. If it ain't for us, they wouldn't have nothing. They'll be in last place in all Olympic games if our nation just stopped messing with them. What they gonna win? They on their own in the winter they can't win. If we left, what you think they gonna win? They gonna look, everybody turn their back on. Ain't nobody yelling USA for what? They always last place. Go ahead.
It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his.
Because what?
Because it is none of his.
The tabernacle he in right now, it's not his. He done stole that. Go ahead.
Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation.
That fire coming down up on him. Go ahead.
His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street.
You ain't gonna even hear about it no more. Yeah. Your children now ain't gonna know what, man, you gonna have to explain. You gonna have to leave information what a white man was. Oh, this was the nastiest thing on the planet. Oh, I said the only way they're gonna be able to know about it, they gotta watch the History Channel, if we got that.
Go to museums or something.
All that. Daddy, what is that?
A plague.
That was the worst thing that ever touched the planet, son. Ain't no more? Thank God. All praise.
You think they got the caveman in the museum? They just literally put themselves in there for real.
Yeah. Probably have a stuffed Donald Trump up in there. That was one of them right there. That was one of the wicked ones right there. That was one of the bad ones right there. They came in all kind of shapes and sizes. But every last one of them was right. It was wicked. Go ahead.
He shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world.
And what?
And chased out of the world.
So they chase out of the world. Where y'all think they going? Bye. Holler. Later. People think we be lying when we be saying this. It's in the Bible. So well, that ain't us. But one of y'all nations gonna have to be gone off this planet.
Somebody got to go.
We know. It's tell the wicked. Job told us who the wicked is. Go ahead.
He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people.
We don't want none of his children around. I don't none of that.
Nothing.
I don't give a dang, man. If yo got, man, we don't want none of it. None of it around. Tear him up. All of it. His son, nephew, baby daddies, all that. Go ahead.
Nor any remaining in his dwelling.
No what?
Nor any remaining in his dwelling.
Go ahead.
Now hold on, let me see if brother's thinking. Where can you find it at? Brother should know that precept.
Real, man.
Who? What you got, Aunt? Yeah, all praise, Aunt. Y'all write that scripture down.
There
Obadiah
goes, let's
1
go
and
right
18.
there. That's saying that's exactly what this talking about.
Saying the same thing, man. The exact same thing. I'm going to read it right quick. This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them, and devour them. And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord had spoken it. So it's saying the same thing that Job 18 and 19 is saying. Y'all make sure our brother's show had it. When we bringing that Obadiah, y'all can, hey, bring out the precepts, man, to that thing.
So I might read this whole thing at camp today. Go ahead.
Verse 20. They that come after him shall be astounded.
That's
Astounded.
Yeah.
At his day. As they that went before were affrighted.
They what?
Were affrighted.
So they was scared before, but now the other one's coming just looking at it. Just learning about it, because he ain't gonna be nowhere around. But the ones before, like we fear, we was in fear until we got in this truth. Go ahead.
Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked. In this is the place of him that knoweth not God.
And the other ones too.
Brother Stephen, where can we find who the wicked is? What precept is that?
Give you a hint. It's in the same book.
You said what? We know who the wicked is. What you got, Isaiah?
Yeah.
No, I want one more specific than what you got.
That's what I was saying.
Malachi 1 and 4. Brothers got to know that, man. We say Esau the wicked, but shoot, we got to prove that thing with the scriptures. Malachi is giving you a person to the wicked.
I was like 9:24.
Yeah.
The famous for the judges thereof.
We
So
go to
that-
both of them.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. But go ahead. Go ahead. This whole, when you read this whole thing, boy, it's tearing their butt up. That's what I would love. That's why I got you read.
Yeah, that's it.
All that is in there, though. Somebody give me a law.
Exodus chapter 23, verse 7.
That's the end of that class, so we're going to give y'all a law on this right now. I just want to read all that out on that other one. Exodus.
This is the book of Exodus chapter 23 and verse 7. Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous slay thou not.
He said, keep thee far from a false matter. Keep thee far from a false matter, man. If you know somebody lying, let's leave that, man. Get away from that. Go ahead.
That's right. Don't help to spread the lies. Most High God hate that, because that's how wickedness start, and that's how wickedness keep going on. Be the bigger person. Start growing in the spirit. Put these things far from you. Make sure that brothers and sisters is lining up with these laws, statutes, and commandments.
And just because somebody said something, don't make it the truth.
Hey, understand first, then review.
Yeah.
Get the understanding of the whole matter first. This is the book of Exodus. I'm going to read it again. Exodus chapter 23 and verse 7. Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous slay thou not. For I would not justify the wicked.
See, he ain't giving no justice to the wicked, y'all. So stay away from them. God dang it, let y'all but be wicked too. And on that note, we say shalom.
Shalom.
And to the people out there that's on Facebook and what is that, YouTube, we on anything else? Please share this message. Lord willing, y'all share this out and get it out to the world so the world can hear these
Hold y'all
things.
peace for a second.
Yeah, hold your peace.
And we got arms that you can send in also. We do the things so we can travel, which we will be doing a little more traveling. Here